Hi, Nick.
Hey, Jeremy. How's it
How
going?
is it to be amongst the stars?
It's quite a trip, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it seems like you're really, really flying.
Probably even faster than the speed of light.
Yeah. So, strange thing happened again. It would not let me go live on the Universal page until I took it off and put it back on, and now it's showing as going live under your name again. So I don't know what's going on.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. I didn't notice that at first. So,
Yeah, it,
yep, I could definitely. I just got the notification of it.
yeah. As soon as I hit live, it went live everywhere else except for that page.
Yeah,
So I'm
well,
going to have to figure out what's going on.
it's weird because it's not showing up on the page. But like when you go to a profile or something like that, it says I'm live, even though there's no post to this right now.
Well, well, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is just another screw up on Facebook's end.
Yep.
Yeah,
Facebook seems frozen. I'm betting that's Brad.
it is Brad. He's commenting on two different things. All right.
Have you subscribed yet?
Yes. Have you subscribed, Brad? Yeah.
Because you're
Yes. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
okay. Okay, I was gonna say because any YouTube page that shows up, I want to make sure that they've subscribed. I think you, of course, you do too. Jeremy, I want to get that banner up. We're not sure
Uh-oh.
who this Facebook user is.
Okay, now you're freezing up on my end.
Yeah, you're freezing on my end too. What's going on here? Oh, it's Dave. That's it. Oh wait, here we go. What's up, Dave?
Hello,
Yep, I can see it.
Nick.
Yeah, I can see it. It was happening. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. I don't know either. Oh,
Facebook is
David's
being.
back.
Yeah, good to see you, Dave. Facebook is being stupid today. It
Yes.
definitely is.
Yeah, he learned from last night. Um, so really quick, I wanted to throw out next weekend is a paranormal Given Tree event. Um, it is going to be taking place in 6 different locations. One of them is where Nick and I are going to be at the Old Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. The We have another Indiana location at the Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, and then we also have Cox Cemetery in Caldwell County, Missouri. Auglaize Village in Defiance, Ohio, and the Old Stone Jail in Franklin, Kentucky. We still have some tickets left on all locations. So if you are a veteran or if you know a veteran that wants to go and do things like this, go ahead and reserve a ticket. It's on the Eventbrite page. And let's see here. I do not have the link here. I'm going to have to look it up here in just a little bit. But first, we have some guests tonight,
Yes, we do.
and they are prominent on YouTube. They are almost in my backyard, about 30 minutes down the road. And I just found out today that they are very close to Scott Wilson and Tim and Crystal Kohler. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Bruce brothers, Noah and Jacob from Spirit Stalkers.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Awesome.
Well, aside from some Wi-Fi issues,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that a little bit.
I am notorious for having Wi-Fi issues on this show, but these last few weeks, I have not had a single issue until tonight.
Dang.
I don't know what's going on.
Just when we show up.
Yeah.
Welcome to the nut house, as Brad had said.
Welcome to the nut. He's not kidding.
he's
He is
right.
not kidding. Yeah. We tend to have a little fun on this show. Let's put it that way. Um, so what I'm going to do is I am going to start sharing this out to the hundreds of different pages that I'm on. So for those in the audience who, yeah, a little. So for those in the audience who may not be familiar with you guys, why don't you introduce yourselves and explain what you guys do?
So I'm Jacob. This is Noah. We're brothers. We've always enjoyed history and the paranormal ever since we were kids. Our family always took us to like haunted and historic places for vacation. Like we never really went to a beach or something. It'd always be like Gettysburg or somewhere historic and haunted. Um, and so just last year, actually, we went to Savannah for a spring break trip. We tried to debunk a piece of evidence we saw. So we went to the actual location, followed the same path that this ghost was in this video that we saw, and we made a video, and we loved it.
Yeah.
We just like fell in love with like doing that, and we started talking then in Savannah like, okay, we should make a YouTube channel. We've always wanted to. Let's just do it. And then so last September,
yeah.
last September 2021, we just came up with a logo. Spirit Stalkers came up with a name, made a YouTube channel, and here we are.
So you guys have only been doing this for 9 months?
Not even a year. Nope, not even a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you have how many followers on YouTube?
we have almost 2,100 subscribers. We just hit 2,000.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, yep. So it's
That
been a
is
successful
really,
year.
really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm actually looking up your YouTube channel now, so you're going to get another subscriber in just
Awesome.
a
There we
moment.
go. Awesome.
Yeah. I had already subscribed to you guys through the Things Network channel.
Yep.
Sweet.
Good. You guys are
I think
good
we
to go.
subscribed to you guys too. I think we did that when I saw that you did.
Thank you, Nick.
My
Some
pleasure.
haunted beaches. I'm sure there are some. Yeah, I'm sure there are some. We'll have to find them.
Well, Savannah is right there on the beach, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
what
money.
was cool. That was kind of the exception. We kind of found a middle ground for like my mom, which she wanted the beach, and then all of us we wanted something history related and paranormal. So we found the middle ground there.
Thanks, Brad.
Hey, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
So I want to introduce you guys to Brad. He builds equipment, and he lives in southern Indiana.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I actually have 3 pieces of equipment from him. Nick has one,
Yeah.
and he is currently building some more for when he and I meet up next month.
Awesome.
He's actually building. In addition to Jeremy, he's also building I think 1 or 2 other pieces of equipment, if I'm correct, that he's also going to send me as well. So Brad is really good with putting the paranormal equipment together.
That's cool. That's awesome. That's a unique thing to be doing.
No, I'm not taking this, Brad. Hey, you guys should
well,
probably.
I should have warned you guys ahead of time. Be prepared for a lot of cockroach comments tonight.
Because
All right.
okay, so the reason why for that is because I'm actually deathly afraid of cockroaches, especially like the hissing ones.
Oh yeah.
So ever since I revealed that on one of these shows, Brad had been sending comments like these. It's been like a tradition ever since.
Yeah. You probably find quite a few at some of the haunted places you go to. There's probably quite a bit of them.
I'm surprised I haven't seen as many, which I'm glad I haven't. I guess I just happen to be lucky.
Yeah.
So you guys got your start on YouTube. What was the first location that you went to that you put on YouTube?
The first location we went and did for YouTube, we used to do little like TikToks where you go to these little places and like investigate kind of for like maybe 30 minutes and then post it as a TikTok. We also post those to YouTube, but the first actual like official location where we did a full documentary was the old Blackford County Jail in Hartford City, Indiana.
Okay, and how was that?
It was that like I was talking to you guys before this about like places that you'll go back to. That's one that I know like every year
We'll go back to.
we're gonna be going back. We went twice actually. It was our first 2 locations technically because we did a documentary there, And then we met a guy who's now one of our good friends, Malachi. He has his own paranormal group, and he invited us like 2 weeks later or something.
Yeah.
So we went there, made a documentary, and then went right back. So that's one of those places. We love it there. It was awesome.
Did you guys? It would have been on the second floor. It was something that I discovered. Hello.
What's up,
Something that
Len?
I discovered. It was on the second floor, on the jail side, I think it was. And there was always this thump that you would hear whenever you're going across the hallway.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I found out that it was actually a buckle in the floor after working
Yep.
with that. Did you guys find that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it was annoying. It was so loud. It was so loud, and then it would echo. Yeah, we figured that out pretty quick. It was pretty annoying. It's like metal almost. It just like
Yes.
pops out. Yeah, it's pretty. That was annoying to say the least. But
Yeah, it fooled a lot of people for a little while.
yeah,
Because generally I just go to one area one time and that's it. Well, I was up there 2 or 3 times that night, and it kept happening over and over. Okay, what is this?
yeah.
Then I forget who was with me at that time. It might have been Ricky. But we were able to figure that out really quick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so that was like the first place we went when we got there and went on the tours. We went right upstairs, and I think he actually like warned us, like, okay, this floor is gonna pop out. Our
Yeah.
tour guide did. He was like, this makes this sound. And we're like, all right, cool. But it was weird when we went up there and we were like talking about like how the floor pops in and out. We heard that was our first piece of evidence ever, like 5 minutes into a tour,
Mhm.
and it was like a little girl singing. It's clear as day. You can hear it on the camera behind us, which was really weird. Like, why is there a little girl at a jail? But yeah, that's a little side story. But yeah,
You'd be surprised. It's not the first time that I've heard of children in that particular building.
really,
Yeah. And really, when it comes to any jail, you'd be surprised how many kids are still in these jails.
yeah,
I thought it was rare, but it's becoming more common as I go to more and more places.
I think we've kind of figured that out too with like child spirits, especially like girls for some reason,
Yes.
which is kind of
Uh,
creepy. But whatever.
Did you guys go into the speakeasy?
Yes, that
Yes.
is. That's I haven't. Would you say that's the most scared you've been in a building?
One of the most.
I
Scary, not
would
the
say
scariest,
that
but
was one of the scariest places we've ever been because something we captured and heard there, like really stuck. It stuck. Yeah, it's still with me. It kind of freaks me out to think about it.
Okay, what's going on?
You having the internet connections again, Jeremy? Sorry, it looks like we're having some issue.
It's all good. That's fine. We'll sit and wait or do whatever. Can you hear us? Are we okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're totally fine. I'm not sure what's. I mean, at least I can hear you, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can.
Jeremy can hear us. Yeah, we can see you, but we can't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yep. We got you.
Hello.
Yep, we can see you.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but I had to do an update on my laptop last night after last night's show, so I wonder if that may have anything to do with it.
It's kind of odd. We're having the issues, but for them, their connection is fine. So I'm not sure what's going on.
No, it's on my end.
Oh, it's on your end. Okay.
Yeah, because both of you were freezing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
because
on
I was saying from my side, I was able to see them just fine. It didn't freeze. It froze on your side, but not them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm the one who's having the connection issues. And like I said, I had to do an update on my laptop after the show last night, so I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it.
Could be
It might.
interesting.
Yeah. so the last
Now,
thing that I
it
heard
looks
was
like
you got spooked at the speakeasy. That was the last thing
Yeah.
I heard.
That's pretty much where we figured out you were frozen, and we kind of stopped, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the speakeasy scared us to death. That's it.
So
Did,
what
for sure.
I
happened
guess
out
that
there?
kind of answered Brad's question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the scariest, which we can get into if we want, but yeah, it's one of them because let me just go. So when we were editing, it's our first documentaries and we're editing it and we're looking back and we captured the clearest disembodied laugh I have ever seen on any TV show, any whatever, any YouTube channel, and it really freaked me out because I didn't think we would ever capture anything like that. I just didn't think we would. And we did, and it's just our tour guide was telling us. I said, "There's a different vibe in this building. It just feels weird." And he said, "Well, wait until you're at night." And that's when the laugh happened, and that just really stuck with me. And then the other things that happened where we got the cops calling us in there, and that scared us when they busted in the building and tried to figure out what was going on.
Remember the second time we returned and we were in there by ourselves and we had to leave because we got so scared?
Yeah, and then so the second time we went in there again because we're like, all right, this place really scared us, and we thought someone like the police were coming in or someone was breaking in or something, and we just both kept getting these flash images of just us getting like shot. Basically, we both happened to say that, and it just really freaked us out because no one broke in. So like, what were those noises? It sounded like someone busting down the door.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What part of the speakeasy did you guys get that laugh?
It's in the main room, and we were walking towards like the back part where that bar is.
Yeah.
And it was like right in front of that bar. And it's funny because in the moment, and we captured this on the camera too, in the moment, I heard a girl go like singing again. And I pointed it out, but none of us heard the laugh until we were editing. And I was like, wait a minute, that was not one of us laughing.
Huh.
So that laugh really has really stuck with me this whole year.
Last time I was there, it was about 2 years ago. And I was sitting there on the couch that's across the room from where the bar is at.
Yep.
And I remember, let's see, Ricky was with me and someone else. And I didn't see it, but the other two saw it. Looked like they're at the back door, right there across from the bar.
Yep.
That it looked like that somebody had stuck their head in the hallway.
Yeah.
And then we all went chasing after it, and it was gone.
Wow.
Whoever was there.
So that's where I heard. That's where the sound of the girl singing came from. Was that door right there? That's where I heard it. Yep, that exact door you're talking about.
Okay, and then there's another one that's across the hall in that room that is all cluttered up with their tools and there's even like a refrigerator in there, if I remember right.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the first time that we were there, that was the room that I used to set up my DVR so I could run cameras in that building. Mm-hmm. And about halfway through the night, I was sitting outside there on the bench, just taking a 15-minute break. And when I came back in, one of the guys that was there, he was really startled. And I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" He's like, "I thought I was just talking to you back there in that room, and here you come up the steps." He and I were the only ones there in the speakeasy that night.
Weird.
It is.
That's creepy.
So it seems like whatever happens there seems to happen in that little area.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that place really scared us pretty bad.
Yeah,
it did.
Then there was a time that we got chased around the hallway by bats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeremy, does that remind you of like when I told you about when we were with Sean Gilmore last year? We were at the Gill House, and Don and I had to deal with bats flying around us. You remember that story, right? We had that same issue too with bats.
We got chased by bats at Crown Point. We got chased by bats at Waverly.
Nice.
I got chased by
following you.
Yep, we got chased by bats at the Gill House and in Ohio. And Dave Wismer, since he's in the chat, he probably remembers this. We also been chased by bats at the Roth House in Watsika, Illinois.
I'm going to start taking some sort of sound equipment with me to repel bats from us, so we don't have to worry about them.
That'd actually be a good idea. I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Whispers Estate yet?
To where? Whispers Estates? No,
Yeah.
not yet, but soon. Soon
Where's
we're going.
Where's Whispers Estate located? I'm sure that's in Indiana, right?
Mitchell, Indiana. Is that right?
Okay.
Mitchell.
All I know is that is south of Indy.
Yeah. I think it's Mitchell, if I remember right. South of Indy is right.
And Brad had actually recently been to Whispers Estate, and he got spooked out by children out there.
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous to go there, is because all the reports of like children laughter and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Mitchell, Indiana. He's right.
And yeah, Brad, that is on our channel. It's if you go to our channel and go to paranormal documentaries, it's one of the playlists. It's the very first one that we ever did. That's where the laugh is.
Yeah, that's what he was asking about. Is that on your channel yet?
Yep.
And I have been watching you guys on Facebook. You were just somewhere just a few days ago, weren't you?
Yeah, 1 week ago on last Thursday, we were at the
Randolph County Infirmary.
Randolph County Infirmary.
Randolph.
And that was just more like so we went there before back in December to film a documentary, and him and his friends booked it just to like hang out, and he wanted to show all of his friends the building and do that kind of, and just investigate with them, show them what we do. And then I convinced him to invite me, and then so we went and did a live stream there is what we did.
Yeah, Randolph is another favorite location of mine. The only thing I don't like is how the sound travels down the hallways.
Yep. Yep, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You can be in the basement and hear stuff in the attic. It's terrible.
Yep.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It is terrible, but that doesn't keep me from going there.
Yeah, it's fun.
See, the sad part about Whispers is the
Whispers.
Yeah, I say it's sad part about it is the age restriction.
Is it an 18-year-old age restriction?
Probably.
That's what I wonder, because there are some other locations that do allow, some younger people as young as 16. So it all depends.
Yeah, Blackford is 16. He just turned 17. We were supposed to go with Scott or with you guys, right? To
Mansfield.
Yeah, to Mansfield, and we can't because he's not 18 yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I asked him about letting you being able to get in, and no, they are really, really strict. And
yeah, it's probably just it's an insurance thing, probably because it's such a big building. So.
Well, Waverly Hill Sanatorium is the same thing. Although first time I went, we actually lied about my age to get in that.
Nice.
I actually already had the appearance that I looked like I was 18, but this was back in 2010. But they didn't know I was 17 at the time, so we had to lie.
Nice.
We had to lie my way through. You can't do that, of course, anymore because they ID you.
Yeah. Yep.
Waverly's 13 now. Wait a minute. I don't remember.
Wow.
That.
Yeah, because I know Aiden went there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Aiden. Yeah.
I don't remember being 13.
Aiden was there last year.
13's a strange one. I've never heard of 13.
Yeah, because like I said, when I first went there in 2010, it was it's for private investigations.
Interesting.
When I first went there, it was still 18 and over. 18,
yeah. Yep. That's the only issue we've run into so far. We didn't run into it. We didn't even think about it until the jail the reformatory, and that's when we were like, oh wait, yeah, a lot of these places are going to be 18 up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some places are lenient about it, but others they would just flat out say 18 or no.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Mansfield is one of those.
Yeah.
But I do know that there are people out there who will, like what Nick was saying, who they do lie about their kids' ages, because we used to have somebody who did that. I wasn't too thrilled about it, but that's the way it is.
When I was just a few months away from turning 18, but honestly, even though I was still, 17, it still didn't matter. So that's why we had to lie about the age.
Yep.
And in another place that we've actually had, I think that seemed, as far as I'm concerned, that actually still allows some younger people to join. I think it's young as 16 years old. Is actually we got Joliet Prison here, which is just an hour away, and we were actually among one of the first investigators to actually investigate. We also hosted the tours, and we often usually had some younger kids, again, as young as 16 years old, that would come out to the overnight investigations.
So I tried contacting them because on their site I didn't see anything about private investigation. So I emailed them, but it never went through. So like, do you know how to get a hold of them?
Well, believe it or not, okay, so to make a long story short, they started doing the tours and eventually the investigations about almost 4 years ago in 2018. It was the first time that they ever opened that prison up to the public. And we were actually, again, not only the first investigators to investigate it, but we actually were kind of helping out with the tours and the investigations. Unfortunately, and to this day, we're still trying to get back into it, but the Joliet Historical Society, they're not the brightest of folks. They were actually not that friendly compared to how we were. In fact, I think we actually had more historical knowledge on the prison than they did.
Interesting.
And I think I honestly think they got kind of jealous that we had more knowledge than they did, and they weren't getting the attention they wanted. So unfortunately, they threw us out. But ever since that day they threw us out, we've been trying to get back into it. So I'm not. So to answer your question, I'm not sure exactly who to really reach out to, but one thing for sure is that if we ever do manage to get back into Joliet Prison and start the tours and investigations again, I'll definitely let you guys know.
All right, sweet. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Joliet Prison is definitely something new that's coming around that people are wanting to go out to.
It is, and it's a place that each time I've gone, I'm actually more excited than the last time. It doesn't disappoint. There's a lot of activity that goes on, and they're actually starting to use it now, not only just for investigations, but I remember walking around the courtyard area and seeing how large and wide it is, and I thought to myself, this would be a great place to have like a paracon or a concert or even like a festival of some sort. Mm-hmm. So I definitely see that prison being potential, but Joliet's been on a lot of people's lists though, so I highly recommend if we ever get back in there.
Yeah. So you guys were touching up on what scared you out there at the speakeasy. What was the most scariest that you guys experienced?
So this is one of our most infamous moments on TikTok and YouTube. We were at the Old Benton County Jail. You've heard of that? Been there?
Where is it?
Old Benton County Jail. Benton.
Oh, Fowler.
Yeah, Fowler and Benton. Yeah.
Yes. Been there.
We were there, and we just did a 2-hour at the jail and a 2-hour at Fowler. So it's not like we had much time. And it was actually like daylight too, which is surprising. It was like probably this time of day, sun setting. And we're in the jail cell. Were we in Jacob's cell?
Yeah, we were in Jacob's
the
cell.
guy who was a convicted murderer and then he got like strung out and hung. We were in his cell doing a spirit box session, and all of a sudden a cell door slammed on us. Like it was the loudest thing I've ever heard in a haunted building, and it scared me to death. He started like crying. I was screaming at the top of my lungs because I never, it's the same thing with the speakeasy. I just didn't think we would capture evidence like that.
Yeah.
And to have it, we have it on 2 different cameras actually, and it's legitimately a cell door slamming. We contacted Dwight, right? No, Dwayne.
Dwight.
Is it Dwight? Dwight, who's the owner. Is he the owner?
He's the
right?
owner.
He's the owner of the jail, and he did a video for us of him going through and trying to find the sound because we couldn't find the source. Our theory is that there's an upper floor of cells that we couldn't get to because we didn't climb the ladder to go up there, and we think that a cell door slammed up there. But yeah, that scared us to death. If you go watch that video, you're gonna see us screaming and freaking out. It's pretty funny.
I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty crazy. Like it's loud. Trust me. I'm not. It's not like distant. Like oh, I heard that. It's like right next to us.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
That was in like April. It was like
April,
late
March, yeah.
April or March.
Oh,
maybe.
so just recently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was just a
few
couple months ago. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was pretty terrifying. We immediately left, and we had a tour guide, and there they have the tour guide stay in the building with you. I thought she was like messing with us. It was Sam was our tour guide, and we ran out immediately to go find her to see if it was her, and she was sitting out in her car.
Oh my gosh.
And
Wow.
And there's no one else in the building.
No, just us. And she said, so they had like the jumpsuits, the orange jumpsuits. And we asked her, we were like, can we wear these for the video? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so we wore them. But then she said afterwards, like, no one's really done that. So we think that might have sparked something, us wearing the actual, and they were like original to the building. So
yeah, that could probably do.
We think maybe they worked as like a trigger object type thing, and that's what did it. But her, Dwight, no one has ever heard anything like that there, not to that extent.
Wow.
Wow. Jeez.
Were there still, I hate to ask this, but were there still bird carcasses all over the floors there?
I feel like we saw maybe one.
I feel like there was one in the. How can I tell? I think it was in like the left side wing of the jail cell. I think we saw something.
Yeah, I think we saw maybe one, but there was definitely birds. We heard them chirping and stuff. But yeah, I think maybe one carcass or something. But were they bad when you were there?
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 years ago when I was there. I was only there the one time, and there was bird carcass all over the place. If you did not watch where you were going to hear crunch.
Yeah, they definitely had it more cleaned up then because it was not bad at all.
Okay, that I'm glad to hear that. I really do want to go back in there, but I was concerned about all.
We need to go back because we didn't even. Again, we were only there for 2 hours, and the cell door slammed like maybe an hour into it. So we cut everything short. We were only there for an hour. We got enough evidence. We're like, all right, we're done. We didn't even explore the sheriff's quarters. We did none of that because we just didn't have the time, and we already had the evidence. So we were like, all right, we're good. Let's go to the Fowler Theater now.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I take it that your documentaries are short. Are your documentaries short, or does it vary depending on locations?
They range from like 28 minutes to I think we've done like 57 minutes. So it's usually just like in between that 30 and 50-minute mark.
Yeah, between 30 and an hour basically is what we shoot for.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Kind of like the length you'd see on like normal TV shows that are live.
Yep.
What's the furthest out you guys have gone from here?
Gettysburg. We just got back from Gettysburg.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's our favorite place in the whole world. We've been there. I think I've been there 16 times in my life, and I'm 21.
Really?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm serious. And
Wow.
I'm serious, yeah.
See,
yeah. It's like my second home. We're considering moving there, actually. We're talking about it right now. So
really?
My God.
Little tidbit there.
I'm 29 years old. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I have yet to have gone to Gettysburg.
It's amazing. We got really lucky on our last trip. We met a really good guy, Tom. He actually lives, if you've heard of the orphanage in Gettysburg, the haunted orphanage there.
Yeah.
He lives in the upper floor of the orphanage. So we got like exclusive access to the building.
Yep.
He paid for our investigation of the Jenny Wade house, which saved us probably $400, $600. It was crazy.
Wow.
Really cool guy. He's like our best friend now.
Yeah.
And so we haven't told anyone this on our. This is like one of the things we're going to announce here. But we're going back to Gettysburg in October. He's paying for us to come back.
Oh, is this him?
Thomas.
So that's your cue. Let's go. There's Thomas. See the orphanage there. He's probably one of our biggest supporters too, which just means a lot to us because he's always watching our live streams, doing all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so we're going back in October to do another investigation. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
that is
watching,
Tom. I do want to throw out one recommendation for you guys. It's in Salina, Kansas.
Yes.
literally in the center of the states. Um, it's got a Masonic temple there, and it's big. It's huge.
Oh, it's
160, 170,000 square feet,
Oh my gosh.
a
it's
total of
massive.
8 floors. And it's very hard for me to go somewhere and say this place has activity. That place has activity.
It does.
What's
And
it
I was
called?
actually
It's the
this.
Masonic Temple in Salina, Kansas.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah,
I've heard.
we
Does it look like a
actually
castle?
It what?
Does it kind of look like a castle or no? I could be thinking of the wrong building, but
No,
no.
it's like a great big box with
No.
huge pillars on the front.
Okay, yeah, I can picture what you. Okay, yeah. I've
Yeah,
never heard of it then.
Yeah.
it's
It's
I
almost like
I've been there twice and stayed overnight, five nights. Every time there is something going on there.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and there was one time that the time that I was there with Jeremy, which was last year in September, we actually filmed a good portion of the investigation. I was able to film it live, and we got some really fascinating stuff. What was funny was we were, yeah, I'm sure you guys heard of the cat balls, right?
Yeah.
So there
Maybe
was
cat
no, it was something else. It was no, not the cat balls. What were we looking for again, Jeremy? My piece
Well,
of
you
equipment
had the cat ball. I think you had an EDI.
Yeah, it was the EDI. That's what it was.
Yep.
So
The orange box.
Yeah,
actually,
is that- yeah.
well, actually, mine has a green cover to it. They have different
Oh, that's
color.
cool.
Yeah, I got a
Nice,
green
nice.
one. But we were about to go to our next area of the Masonic Temple to investigate, and I realized that my EDI was missing. So Jeremy, myself, and a few others, we went back upstairs to I think it was the top floor, and we're going like around this entire building searching for it. And I'm actually still filming live as I'm doing this. And during the course that we're like looking all over for it, we are getting this impressive amount of activity that occurred at this place. Like it was like at times it almost distracted us from what we were trying to look for. But
Dang.
that was it was really exciting. But then eventually we came downstairs and it turned out one of the guys had moved my EDI to another location. What was it? The opera room or the theater or what was it?
It was going down into the theater. She was being nice and picking up his equipment because she knew that he was filming.
Yeah.
Because we had two guys filming. He was filming, going to his personal page, and the other guy was streaming for the world's largest ghost hunt event.
Okay, gotcha.
And so she thought, well, instead of him, stopping his stream, I'll just pick up his stuff and we'll all go down there. She didn't tell him that she was doing that.
Nice.
The most
Nice. Well,
impressive,
it led to activity though.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
the most impressive thing out of that whole thing was the other guy who was filming for the world's largest ghost hunt. He ended his live stream, but for me, I continued forward with it. So and to this day, I'm like, thank God I did, because we would have missed
It was
out a
like
lot.
something was playing cat and mouse games with us up there.
Yeah, there's a few places where that kind of things happen. It's like something will happen down here, you go, then it's all of a sudden it's down here. You're like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, that was exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And it's in a big circle. I don't know how familiar you are with Masonic lodges and temples, but this one here had a blue meeting room, a red meeting room, and then the Easter Star room that they have for the women. And it's like it's all in a circle, and then you got little hallways and offices in the center. It was like we're going every which direction you can think of.
It's
Yeah.
like a maze.
This thing.
And believe it or not, the Masonic Temple, because I experienced this, it's really a place that, especially if you're like in the lower corridor areas, because below the temple too, you got the basement, and below that you got a sub basement. So you're going actually deeper underground. But in spite of being such a large place, because I
Yeah.
experienced this myself, And Jeremy knows this all too well, but it actually, unless you have someone with you, it's easy to get lost in that place.
Yes.
Especially if you're in the
That's
dark.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've never really been to a place that big yet, so I've not experienced the fear of being able to or getting lost yet. But soon, yes, we'll be doing that.
When you get tours into large locations like this, really pay attention and take notes of certain landmarks of what to look
Yeah.
for later on in the night.
For sure.
Make sure
Right.
you have someone with you, because it was like we were conducting, we were finishing up one part of the investigation, and anyone, at one point I had to go use the washroom. I come back out, and the guide who was supposed to be there, she wasn't there, and then the group that I was with, nobody was there. I was completely by myself. There were no light switches I could find. I'm in total darkness, and I'm going like different directions to try to figure out how am I going to get out of here. In each room I'm going like deeper and deeper into the darker corridors, and that's when I actually started getting kind of scared. Not that I was fearing of anything paranormal. It was me of, how the hell am I going to get out of here?
Yep. Yep.
Eventually I found my way up. I found a set of stairs, and I just bolted right up there. Jeremy's up there too.
Nice.
And he knew I was
the first one. I was the first one you ran into when you did come up.
I was so mad. I mean, I wasn't mad at the group because they didn't know. I was mad more at the guide because they left me behind. I literally was left behind at that point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run this way real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm so sorry. I think I'm gonna go grab something real quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm here still.
Or at least a walkie, Brad said. At least have a walkie with you.
Well, that's just it. I think the tour guide did have a walkie.
Yeah, but I think she did, but obviously she took that with her, so I had no means of communication. Because when you're down there, you're deep underground. I couldn't get phone connection, I couldn't get internet connection, so I couldn't call for help even if I really wanted to. And I even tried yelling out, saying like, "Hey, is anybody down here?" Nothing. I was totally alone. I was so mad and scared.
But I will say this: if you guys ever do get the opportunity to take a good road trip to go somewhere, that would be the one place I would highly recommend you guys go to.
Yeah,
sounds fun. That's awesome.
That would be a cool place to go for sure.
It would definitely be among one of the top 10. I would recommend it alongside Joliet Prison. There's actually another place that you guys should we could probably get you guys in there because Dave Wismer posted this place called Schurz High School. That's located in the Chicago area. It's actually one of the oldest operating high schools we have here in the city. But even though it's still used as a high school today, because of its historical significance, they use it for other events. We've actually had a few Paracons there, and because of the history involved with it, it definitely has a reputation of being haunted. So, and it's another huge building.
So they doing like investigations and stuff?
We're really the only ones that have been conducting the investigations. Really, no one else really has, as far as I know. So, again, if ever you guys are in Chicago, we could probably set something up. In fact, my dad, and Jeremy, you should know this, my dad was just talking with one of the staff members today at the school, and it looks like we're going to try to set up a Paracon. No guarantee, but let's say they're kind of revamping it. We were trying to do it earlier this year.
Okay, so that's the school that you've been talking about then.
That's the school, yes. Schurz High School. And yes, we did one, too, with Cast of the Walking Dead a couple of years ago.
That's cool.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Okay.
They had the Walker Stalker Con, and they got word, about us. This was when I was still part of Midnight Paranormal Society, and it was actually through Chicago Haunts writer Ursula Bielski. So she told them about us, and they were interested and wanted to go on an investigation. Now, we were supposed to get a number of the cast members that were supposed to show up. Unfortunately, that really none of them showed up except for one, and that was Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl on The Walking Dead. So it was, even though it was just him, it was still an honor to actually have him and some of the crew members come out and investigate with us.
Well, he's one of the most popular
Yep.
cast
So
members.
he actually investigated with you?
He actually investigated
That's
with
awesome.
us.
Cool.
He was
That's
at that
pretty cool.
time. He was only like, and again, talk about these strictness on ages. He was only 15 years old at the time, but it didn't matter to us. So it was exciting that we had him with, and also yes, Dave also mentioned this too. The twins were there too, so yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Schurz is another place that doesn't disappoint.
Awesome.
And while I'm thinking about it, since I got the banner going across the screen, these guys are also on Twitch. So look them up.
Yeah, we
there.
are. Yeah, I had to think about
Yeah.
that for a second.
Yeah, well, the reason I remember that because I knew that there was one time you were trying to go live on YouTube and you couldn't.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
went live on Twitch.
Yeah, their new policy to activate a live on your YouTube channel, you have to do it 24 hours in advance. I think so they can like scan your channel, make sure you're not going to do like anything bad on the live or something. But yeah, so with the day of, we're like, all right, let's get the live set up. Then it was like, we'll notify you in 24 hours when you can go live. And I was like, oh no.
That sucks.
I know what that is. That's just a setup thing. It takes 24 hours for them to do the connection between
Gotcha.
StreamYard and YouTube.
Okay,
Because I've had to do that for 13th Dimension, Things Network, and for Supernatural Talk.
Yep. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be going live on Twitch again at some point. We have some reasons that we'll be going live on there, I'm sure. So yeah, definitely follow us on Twitch too.
Do you guys have an account with StreamYard?
Not for Spirit Stalkers. No.
Okay, so let me tell you about this. If you do an account with StreamYard and you get one of their packages, then you can go live depending on which package you get. You can go live to 3 locations at once or 8 locations at once.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so like YouTube,
this
Twitch,
show
like that type deal.
This show specifically is going live on 4 different Facebook pages, 2 YouTube channels, 1 Twitch account, and 1 Twitter account.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, and I have heard I've heard too that StreamYard not right now. They're still trying to put this plan together. Eventually, hopefully within the next year or so, they're going to try to extend to allow more platforms, so more than 8 platforms. So if you have like multiple different accounts, you'll be able to broadcast on those accounts as well. So, but as of right now, they have not made any announcements on when that's going to be put into effect. But I guess something tells me it's most likely it's in discussion as of now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is expensive, I'll tell you that. For the first package, it's like $230 a year, or X amount per month. But if you pay it by the year, it's cheaper that way.
I was gonna say I thought you were about to tell me it's $230 a month. I was like, whoa.
No, thank
If it was
goodness
$230 a month, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
No, it's 230 some a year.
That's good.
And if you get the other package, it's 460 some. But you almost triple the amount.
I told you.
Send him the bill.
But you almost triple your destinations.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to, you can go. Like right now, as far as I know, you just have the one Facebook account, Twitch, and YouTube. So you could just take that first paid package and go live on all 3 of them at the same time.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that it could do that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that can really help you guys out as far as viewership and getting more exposure for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Really quickly, because there were some questions earlier I wanted to share that Brad was asking, by the way, just so we didn't forget him, Jeremy. So for you guys, Brad was asking, what is your favorite piece of equipment to use?
Good.
That's a good one. I would probably say either the spirit box. We just got a new spirit box because our old one broke, or one of our EVP recorders. Just because I like getting direct communication with the actual spirits instead of just like having a EMF reader and just knowing they're there. I'd like to actually speak with them. That's the coolest part about ghost hunting, in my opinion. Things that excites me the most when I'm investigating.
Jeremy, tell them your special equipment because I don't think they know about this yet.
Let's let the other one answer first. Let the other one answer. I know you want me to talk about mine, but this is their
I'd say mine's probably the REM pod. I just think I don't know. It was our first piece of equipment that like actually made a sound, so we could like leave it somewhere and like dip, and we could hear it. Obviously according to the building size, if you're close enough to it, but yeah. So the REM pod's probably my favorite one. Magical eye patch.
Hopefully within the year I'll be rid of this eye patch.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so I had an accident at work back in December, and what it did, it caused me to have double vision really bad. So I cover the one eye to keep my balance.
Yeah, gotcha.
So hopefully I'll be able to get rid of it sometime next year.
Sweet.
That's Brad for you.
Yeah, Brad's daughter is actually going to make a special eye patch for me where there's nothing but glitter on it.
All sparkly.
So I cannot disappoint the young lass. So I got to wear that eye patch. Okay, so what Nick is wanting me to talk about, the equipment that I use, it's more experimental. But what I use is a dog whistle.
A dog whistle?
Yes.
Huh.
Very cheap, $4, depending on where you get it at. Yeah.
It may be too late.
So my original thought process behind the whistle was that because of the sound frequency, when you're getting an EVP, the answers that you get on audio is on a frequency that you cannot hear with your ears.
Yep.
And the same concept with the dog whistle, you cannot hear it with your ears, but you can hear it on audio.
Interesting.
But what I wasn't expecting is that the spirit world does not like it. They will either get aggressive on you, which the very first time I tried it out, the person that was with me was running the camera. He got a scratch so deep that he actually bled from it.
Oh my gosh.
I had something poke me very hard in the back, like boom, like that. Same night. And let's see, there was another time where somebody said that something grabbed his ankle trying to trip him right after he used it. They don't like it. Huh. The other result is they will flee the area and basically kill any activity for the rest of the night, pretty much. So that's why whenever I use it, I always do it at the very end of the investigation.
Just in case they don't leave and
kill it. Yeah, if you kill it for the night, you're pretty much done for the night if you do it at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
But what and I never thought, yes, Brad, and I never thought I would ever have to say this to anybody because I thought it would be common sense. But one person apparently didn't think about it. Never, ever do it outside, like if you're at a cemetery, because you will attract coyotes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You will be sorry. Yep, you will be sorry.
Oh gosh, interesting.
Yeah, this one gal, very good friend of mine, she decided she's going to test it out when she and her team went to this cemetery. They didn't think anything of it. She blew it. Next thing you know, they hear all the howling and they got chased out of the cemetery by coyotes.
So not by the
Nice.
cops, not the
Lesson
cops
learned. Yeah,
this time, the coyotes.
The coyotes got him.
Coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now because of her, I have to throw that little disclaimer in it every time I talk about it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's what Brad was saying earlier, Bowie, about the yearly prices of StreamYard. Just want to put that up there.
Yeah. So and StreamYard is very easy to use, very simple, very producible. But I would definitely really look into it before you actually do anything with it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just looking right now if there's any other questions that have been asked.
I think Brad asked something else, didn't he? After the
No, I think
equipment?
it was David. He was asking about that slam. You guys got that on video?
Probably the jail.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
go to our channel and go to our documentary at the Benton County Jail, yeah, it's in there. It is in there. We caught it on 2 different cameras. I had my phone at the end of the hallway recording down the hallway of the jail cells towards us. It captured it on there. And that's how we kind of know where it's at, because it sounds like it's closer to my phone than us, because it's like right. You can tell it's like really loud on the phone. And then we have it that on our actual camera that was with us in the cell. So yeah, 2 different cameras we have it on. You can go watch it.
Now,
It's a funny
when you
clip.
go to these locations, is it just the 2 of you every time?
Most times, yeah. Most times it is. When we first started, just because we're so young, to like kind of cut down on costs, we invited friends with us. And so I'd say currently we have like what, 8 documentaries out or 9?
Yeah, probably like 8.
8. And I'd say 3 or 4 of them have other people with us. Maybe 3 or 4, right?
Mhm.
3 or 4 have other people, and those are all the ones in the beginning, just because it helped to cut down on costs, because we all split the $600 payment for the night at these places, and that would help it to keep it cheaper for us. So, and they all loved it. They loved to see what we were doing, because it's something that unique that not very many people do. So
Yeah.
Looks like Brad is interested and wanted to send some of his new stuff to you guys.
oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be sick.
A laser, that'd be so cool. Yeah, we'll definitely give it to him. That'd be amazing.
All right.
That'd be
So,
so cool.
so after the show, just give me guys his address and I'll forward it on to him.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be so cool. We'd love to. Thanks, Brad. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, he's just started doing this stuff not long ago, and I got some of his equipment. Nick's got some. I want to say Greg Bakken has some. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Nope.
He's got a show on this network on Sunday nights, Tuesday nights. He does
Fox
Live.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if there's an expert in spirit boxes, it would be great.
He's the guy.
Nice.
He's the guy.
That's
He's
cool.
really good at it.
That's cool.
Very good at it. He's able to reach out to a lot of loved ones for people, and he also does experiments. That's what his Tuesday night shows are about.
That's
We had
really
him as
cool.
a guest. We actually had him as a guest last Friday on last Friday's show, which to this day,
That was
to
a
this,
6-hour show. I
Is
was
that the-
yeah, that was
Yeah.
the longest show we've ever done.
He was telling
6
us about
hours,
that.
Yeah,
That's
6 hours
crazy.
and 15 minutes.
That's a whole work day. That's like a
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
and I tell you, I tried for 2 hours to end the show.
Yeah.
It took 2 hours to
Hour
finally.
3, hour 4, you're probably like, wait a minute.
We did have a good show though. We still had fun.
It was a good show, and we maintained viewership the entire time. I
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
how,
Awesome.
but we
Nice.
did.
That's
We
cool.
had
We
like
maintained viewership. I was like, it's time to. No, Brad. No.
Well,
Because
10 hours straight.
He
He
wanted
was
us to
saying-
keep going on because he works night shift, and he doesn't get off until 6 in the morning. He wanted us to keep on going. And
Yeah, he's like just.
Oh, yeah,
he's
dude.
like just 4 more hours, and after when I come off, then After I get off, then you can get off.
Yeah.
You didn't try too hard.
Oh yeah, I did. I tried.
Um,
And also look for these guys on TikTok.
Yep.
Is this Spirit Stalkers across the board everywhere?
Yep. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, just Spirit Stalkers. Yep.
And so look for those guys on every program,
Yep.
every I can't even think of the word. Social media
Platform. Yeah.
platform.
We're
Yes.
close to 14,000 followers on TikTok. So.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Doing pretty good over there. Yeah. It's our investigation at the museum. It kind of took off. That was our biggest thing so far,
yeah.
surprisingly, because it was our. It's a
Museum.
long story. Yeah, that's a long story. You want me to go into the museum?
Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
Yeah,
in,
go ahead.
in
tell us.
Huntington, where I live, there's a museum. It's the historical museum, and there's nothing really special about it at all. Really, it's just a museum, a local museum. It's not on any historic land. It's not a historic building. It was built. The building was built in like the early 2000s. But there's activity there, and my dad volunteers there. He's part of the historical society. Yeah, yeah.
No, Brad.
Don't encourage them.
But so my dad volunteers there. He's an engineer, so he takes care of the electrical stuff, the cameras. He captured a shadow figure on camera, and this clip, by the way, is going to be on the Travel Channel, like literally in 2 weeks, probably.
Couple weeks.
Really?
On the show. It's Paranormal Caught on Camera is the show, and it's going to get featured on there.
Okay.
Oh, I need to record that episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're excited to see it and see what they do with it. My dad did an interview, and this is another side story, but he had COVID, so he's not sure what he said in the interview. So we're excited to watch it and see what he said because he doesn't remember it because he had COVID. But anyways, he captured the shadow figure, and I mean, I keep saying like it's the best evidence ever, but like it's really the best shadow figure I've ever seen, and it came in twice actually. And so suddenly they're all scrambling at the museum, like, okay, what was that? And it was broad daylight. He captured it. Then workers started coming forward with their own experiences, like, oh yeah, a few weeks ago we had these pictures move and all this stuff. So we convinced him to let us investigate there for a while, and he got permission. And so we were the first people to ever investigate this building, which is a really cool thing to do.
Yep.
You said you did that for like the high school and stuff. It's such a good feeling, like being the first people there. But we thought, like, it was the first time where we had it planned out. We had to do this documentary, but the day of filming, I was like, I don't even want to do it. Nothing's going to happen. Like, this is going to be so boring. I really don't want to do it. But we went anyways, of course, and it ended up being our scariest location to date. And it's literally 2 minutes from our house. We got hissed at. We captured on camera a piano playing by itself. And yeah, so what we did on TikTok, this is leading back to the TikTok growth, is we basically just post evidence from the documentaries as shorter videos on TikTok. And there were a couple clips from that investigation that really blew up on TikTok. So yeah.
Awesome.
Are they open to other people coming in to investigate?
They might be. So once the clip got out there, they shared it on their Facebook page, and that's how the Travel Channel found it. A bunch of other paranormal groups found it, and I'm trying to convince them to, like, hey, you should open this up and like charge a price, get some money for the museum, and also let these people come visit and get yourself some exposure. But I'm working on like letting them do that. So the answer is I don't know, but I'm trying to let them do that to where people can book and stuff. But my dad did say there's been a bunch of people reaching out, and Scott has been interested because Scott's friend is the daughter of the president of the museum. And so he's been eyeing the museum for quite a while, it seems like, when I was talking to him.
Yeah. I wonder if that was one of the places he's talked to me about, and I can't remember.
So Brad's asking, does your family support your interest in the paranormal?
Good.
Yeah, ever since we were little, our vacations have been, history or ghost related, really. So they've always been cool with us, like, investigating, and they've helped us. And my dad actually showed me and Jake Ghost Adventures a while back. So
yeah,
that's how we got interested in actually making videos and recording them. So yeah, they definitely do support us. They are always watching our videos and our trailers, like letting us know how good they are.
Yeah, my dad's a big ghost guy. So the reason I'm doing this personally, maybe for him too, I don't know, is because I'm terrified of ghosts. I really am. They scare the crap out of me. And same with anything paranormal. And that's why I'm doing this, is to like get over that. But
I remember you saying that on Holly's show a couple weeks ago.
yeah, what people find surprising, like people like just today at the gym, someone was like, "Hey, like I see your videos, like how do you have the guts to do all that?" And I'm like, "I really don't." I like force myself to do it. But and you'll see that with the slamming video if you go watch it. But yeah, my dad's a real big ghost guy, and that fear stemmed from him showing me Ghost Hunters when I was like 3, and it scared the crap out of me. It was the episode where they're at St. Augustine Lighthouse, and it really it stuck with me for my whole, like I still remember that, and I was 3 years old. Like, but yeah, so they're very supportive.
That was actually the first piece of evidence that I ever saw that sent chills down my spine.
Yep.
Is it the little? Is it the light or something going across? Is that
it was when they had that shadow ball that darted there on the spiral staircase.
That's
and
literally
also later on when they found the shadow person leaning over the rail.
Yeah, that's so. I remember, and I literally have not been able to. I haven't like looked up this clip yet since I was 3 and I saw it on TV for the first time. But I remember the evidence. I remember. Oops. I remember like the music. Yeah, sorry, that was probably loud. I remember the music and everything, that they like the sound effects, and it just like it freaks me out thinking about it. It really does.
Yeah, that piece of evidence was what really jump started after I got into this.
Yeah,
seeing that.
Me too.
Okay, game on. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. Me too, for sure. That exact piece of evidence.
Yeah. And let me tell you this. Every time people have asked me time and time again if I'm afraid of ghosts, and I tell them, okay, these ghosts, they're dead. The chances that they're going to be able to hurt you is slim. They can still hurt you, but not bad, unless it's something else.
Yeah.
I tell people that I am more afraid of the living.
Yeah.
If I were to have the 3 of you in front of me, and then 3 spirits, whoever, I'd be afraid of you guys before I'd be afraid of them, because you guys can hurt me.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I like that.
That does make sense.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Hey, we can see David now.
Hey, there we go. Now I can see him.
Hey,
he must have went to a different page.
Yeah. So wasn't that the one where the rocker was rocking in the attic? Was that the same episode, if I'm correct?
I think so.
Um,
Because that's another thing that my dad was talking about to his mom, my grandma, after the fact, and that really scared me too. Him talking about the rocker rocking, that really scared me too as a kid.
on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, because Brad was saying also this too, that Ghost Hunters started
I know
a
we
lot
was
of our
talking
love
about
for it.
different episode.
Yeah.
That would be at. It was either Race Rock or Lighthouse.
The Ledge Lighthouse, yeah. Yeah, he said it was.
Yeah. So that would be the one that he's thinking at Ledge Lighthouse, off the coast of
New London, Connecticut.
What's that, Nick?
It's located in New London, Connecticut.
Oh, okay, Connecticut. Yeah. That was a really good piece of evidence too.
Yeah.
That's actually a place that really hasn't since been investigated since. It was like popular in the early 2000s. You just don't hear about a place like that as often. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. But it's ironic that it seems like every time somebody's talking about a major piece of evidence, it's always in a lighthouse.
I know. Well, and the Ledge Lighthouse, you can't get there by foot. You literally have to take a boat to get there. And it's
Yeah.
as far as I know, I think it's the only known lighthouse like that that's said to be haunted. I don't know of any other ones like that, but it's a really interesting location though. So there's some when it was a little bit more popular, 20 years ago, they definitely got a lot of different not just ghost hunters, but at least two other shows had been there. One of which actually was from Japan. So
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty popular back in the day.
something about lighthouses is just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Lighthouse Inn, also in Connecticut.
Let's see. I think Portsmouth Lighthouse.
Yep.
Um,
Not necessarily. I was going to say not necessarily a lighthouse, but they still have one either way. Even Alcatraz, because they got a lighthouse right by there.
Yep.
Yeah,
by the
I was going
building.
to say technically, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
They do. Never thought of it that way, but yeah, they do have a lighthouse there.
Yes, Brad.
I
They
was
say the
thinking-
water around them is a great conductor for
Brad,
activity.
that is
Now,
an
I was
excellent
thinking.
point right
Yeah,
there.
it's no wonder why there's so much great activity,
Mhm.
in lighthouses. I
Yeah.
actually remember hearing once said that lighthouses are usually designed to, help ships and their captains, find their ways around. But if they're haunted or have the reputation of being haunted, it obviously seems to have that same kind of function for ghosts.
Yeah, because there's a lot of energy when it comes to running water that you don't really see most other places.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Brad also put this out. This I think was for more of you, Jerry. Having energy pushed through you from a spirit is not fun, but the living are more scary.
Yes. So, have you guys had anything happen to you on an investigation, getting scratched or pushed, or anything like that?
Not yet, really. I think I've been touched a couple of times, and I've said like in the documentary, like, "Oh, it's just touched," but then it's one of those things where it's never like definitive. It's like after the fact, I'm like, "Well, that could have just been like an itch or a bug or something," Nothing like what you were saying, like you got poked like aggressively in the back. Nothing like that, really. But I have felt like that weird cobwebby type
Yeah, me too.
thing on your hands. The first time that happened, and this happened to my dad, we were on a tour at the Sorrel Weed House and that Savannah trip I was telling you about, and he got touched in his leg and it scared him to death.
But there's another experience that I had that I'll share with you guys, and this actually happened at the temple on the second night that I was there the first time. We was in this one. It's called the atrium. It's like a ballroom, and that's where we were set up for the convention.
Right.
The atrium.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chair that's up against one of the pillars, and somebody had noticed that there was a cold spot, and we all put our hands there, and sure enough, it was ice cold. Now, granted, outside it's below zero. I was there on Valentine weekend last year. It was so cold. I was outside for 20 minutes and came inside with icicles on my mustache. That's how bad it was. Yeah,
That's pretty
how
bad.
bad it was. But there was it was all completely open. There was no drafts, no nothing, no air vent nearby. You put your hand in that spot, it is ice cold while the rest of the building is nice and warm. So we all backed off, and I was about, I don't know, 30 feet away from the chair, and all of a sudden I feel this ice cold air rush right through me, right through my elbow. And it shook me.
Yeah.
I was not expecting anything like that. So something like that, I basically got bum rushed by a ghost.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
And the only evidence that I have from that is from the temple security system. They saw my reaction when that happened. Um, that was that was quite an eye opener. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it shocks you at first. That's exactly what it did. Shocked me. Um, Not just from the cold, but just from it happening. I was like, what the hell just happened to me?
Yep.
Um, so so stuff like that you can expect. Again, it doesn't hurt, but it's going to rock you. I'll tell you that.
For sure.
The
Yeah.
closest thing that I've had, and this was actually among one of the few residential locations, we were actually doing a cleansing for a particular house I'll say obviously undisclosed location because it was a private residence. But at one point, as we were continuing on with our cleansing, like I was using holy water, um, the guy in front of me was using sage, and as we're going down the stairs, it's like one of those it's like a call those houses, Jeremy, where it's a house like it's one building, like it's one housing unit on the bottom and one on top.
A
It's not
duplex?
yeah, a duplex. That's what it is. Um, but no one was. It seemed like they owned the whole property apparently. So we were coming down the stairs to one of those areas, and as we're going down, I literally actually felt a push on my literally like on my back as if, and I turned around. I first thought it was one of the guys that actually did it, but obviously, we were very serious minded. There was no reason whatsoever that they,
That's weird.
would push me, and it was actually in a relatively dangerous area because the stairs were really steep. They were made out of wood, and it's like wood that hasn't been. You can clearly tell it was cracked up. You can tell it hasn't been fixed up in years. So had it been whatever pushed me, I was fortunate enough to grab onto the railing. Had I not grabbed onto it in time, I would have fallen down and it would have actually gotten ugly.
Dang.
So there's other things that physical things I've experienced, but that was one of them.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. When you could have actually gotten hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually just thought of one on the live stream last week. I was in the basement in the little cellar room. It's like a little wine cellar type room, storage room in the basement of the infirmary. And there's a little like corner that juts out almost like, I think it's the corner of what used to be like a fireplace or something. And I was standing next to it doing the live stream, and I was like walking, and it felt like I rubbed against that corner. And I turned around to look at the corner and like see how close I was to the wall. I was 3 feet from the wall. So I don't know what it was, but it wasn't the corner of the wall.
Could it have been cobwebs, or did it feel more solid?
No, it was. I felt like I bumped into the wall. Like I kind of like jolted. Like I reacted as if I bumped into like the corner of a wall or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know where you're talking about. It's that room that's got all the shelves in it.
Yep. Yeah. And Noah got a rock thrown at him twice that night.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
We did.
That was crazy.
I keep forgetting all this because that wasn't a documentary. It was just a live stream. We were just like hanging out, but they had 2 rocks thrown at them, and the second one sounded like a brick, basically, right? Like
yeah, there was like multiple bounces and like it echoed and like it went across the hallway. It was pretty freaky.
Yeah,
we got all that on camera too on a live stream.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Check that out sometime. Do you guys do residentials, or do you just do the public locations to do the documentary?
We haven't done any right? We haven't done any?
I don't think so, no.
We haven't done any yet, but there's been a bunch of people that are starting to like reach out to us and say, hey, my house is haunted. Come over, do a thing. And so we're thinking about making a series where we kind of do house calls. So we're thinking about making a series out of it, but that's just like a brand new thought we had just a couple days ago because we've been getting some info on people's houses being haunted.
Okay. Very curious to see how that comes about.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It'd be cool. Have you watched the Ghost Adventures house call, or do you like Ghost Adventures? They're kind of controversial.
I used to.
I watch them for the entertainment.
Yep, me too.
But I've said it before. I can't take them serious when it comes to residentials because it's like every time they go somewhere, somebody gets possessed by a demon.
Yep, and everything's a demon to them. So
Everything is, yeah.
yeah, and like I said, I actually used to like them when they first started back in 2008. But I think after when Zach started, using everything as a demon and was obviously trying to get the attention more than trying to show that he's got the best evidence, and most importantly, after when Nick Groff left, that's when I started kind of losing faith with them. But the one thing that really bothered me the most was, when I was talking about earlier about Joliet Prison, we actually were at one point saying, now that we've opened it up for tours and investigations, it will probably not be long before Ghost Adventure starts knocking on our door.
Yeah.
And that became a reality. So they showed up. We didn't even know they were coming out, and they've done this whole, and they've not only done this with Joy, they've done this with, and this is another reason why I kind of despise Zach more than the others, is that he claimed that he claimed credit that they were the very first paranormal investigators to ever investigate Joliet Prison, which was not, because we were there about 2 years beforehand.
Do they have an episode there?
They had an episode at Joliet Prison, yes. And I
okay.
even said, even to this day, I still haven't seen the episode. But if I ever do, I already said, if he literally says what I think he's gonna say, I'm shutting off the episode, because that's like the breaking point for me.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Ghost Hunters was just there.
Yes, they were
this year.
I saw that episode.
Destination Fear was there recently. Do you watch them?
They were too.
I really like them. I love them, actually.
Oh,
I really do.
They are great. And in my opinion, Destination Fear and Ghost Hunters, the way how they investigated Joliet Prison was much more legit. They were much more genuine. They actually knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like them. They were so right when we started this whole thing, last year, it was the night we were at the jail the first time, the Bradford County Jail, and there was some paranormal thing in Fort Wayne, and they were there, and we missed it because we were investigating the jail, and I was like, dang it, I want to go meet them.
DeadCon?
Yeah. I didn't know what it was called. But yeah, I was so mad. It was like 20 minutes from us, and we're here investigating tonight. Dang it. That sucks.
Because
we were there over 3 days.
Oh, they were there that long?
Yep.
Oh my god!
We did the setup and everything on Friday night, and then the actual event was all day Sunday and all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
Is that an annual? Like, would they come back? Is that an annual thing? How does that work?
No, it's not going to be an annual thing. There's a lot of controversy. A lot of the special guests didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Oh. So the event was basically a one and done thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean the event itself was a lot of fun.
It was
after learning, because obviously, truly, we actually did hang out with them from time to time, like, as provided that there wasn't people waiting to get in line to see them. That was all fun and all, but the fact that they, along with some of the other guests, not getting actually getting paid for this, that there was and it wasn't just only us showing our disgust about it. If you go on some of the other shows that occurred about a week or two after DeadCon, that was the main topic that everybody had talked about on the show. So there was a huge anger that, a huge, we felt sorry for them, but a huge anger to the people who were supposed to pay and who didn't. That lasted for a while, a good long while.
Yikes.
Well, one of the special guests actually left halfway through the first day.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because he found out he was
I don't remember who it was, but one of them left on the first day and actually went down to Indy for Comic-Con.
Nice. Nice. Good exchange.
Yeah, but and if you're not careful when it comes to planning events like this, it can come back and bite you in the ass.
Oh, it definitely can.
The event planner for this one did not do it very well, and it from a business standpoint, it was bad.
It was really bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But all in all, if you guys ever do have the chance of meeting Destination Fear, because again, we can tell you from experience, they're all really nice guys. I mean, they
They
you
just
could, you
seem
could
they
you
seem
can literally
legit.
sit down and have a chat with them like we're doing right now. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like when I got to meet them, you just wanted to be like their best friend.
Yeah,
So they're great.
that's cool.
They're awesome.
I just wasn't expecting them all to be so tall.
I know, right? They were even a little bit taller than me.
Even Chelsea's tall.
Even Chelsea was tall.
Dang.
I'm gonna show. Let me see if I can find that picture to give a demonstration, so they can get an idea
Nick
of how.
is 6'1", 6'2".
6'2".
Shoot.
Wait, who is? Did you say who is?
Me.
Nick is.
Oh, you are. Dang.
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
6'2".
And they were taller than you.
They were taller than me, so that's
Dang.
what I'm looking for right now. So bear with me for just a moment.
Yeah, they were all tall because I go up there to the booth and I'm like, hi.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing Destination Fear was awesome. Seeing Jason, Steven Tango was awesome.
Yeah.
I got to talk a lot with Daniel Class and Rob Thompson, and Megan, the girl with the pink hair that's with those two on Ghost Finders. Melody was not able to make it to the event. Who else? Let's see. Madison Smith, got to talk to her for a little bit. I don't remember who all else were there, Nick. Do you? As far as guest celebrities?
I'm trying to remember who the guy's name. He was. Damn it! It's like the answer is like right in front of me. Who was the guy who?
But I'm trying to think of the ghost.
Who was the guy who? No. Well, no. What I was going to say was he was also the guy. Who was the guy who had the? He was a medium. He had a British accent. He had like a ponytail. What was his name? You remember him?
Oh, that was Rob. That was Rob Thompson.
Rob. Yeah, Rob was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
then,
Rob
of course,
Thompson.
you had ACG Paranormal. You had ACG Paranormal. I mean, not necessarily guests, but of course, we had Elliot and Nat of ACG there.
Those are two people you ought to take a look at because Elliot also does experiments in trying out and building different types of equipment.
Yep. And he too lives. He also lives in a. Yeah, they actually live also in Joliet, so they're just an hour away from me. So they're again basically my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where the hell is that? I'm still looking for that picture.
You're good. Yeah. Supposedly we have 5 hours for you to look for it.
5 hours.
that is not happening.
There is no way.
I was so tired by the end of that show. I went right to bed. Not happening again.
That was so funny though. I mean that we actually. Either way, that was still a lot of fun.
That reminds me, I need to send a message out. I was asked about, I already told you guys this, but I was asked about helping out on a case remotely tonight. I need to see if that is still on.
Okay. It's like Ghost Adventures house calls right there. It's like, have you? So I'm bringing Ghost Adventures back up. Dang it! But yeah, that's what threw me off a little bit. Is during all the episodes, Zach is just on like a FaceTime call with them. It's just kind of weird.
That's actually what they're looking to do. What they're looking to do with me.
That's cool. Don't get possessed through the screen.
Just don't get possessed. They're on board. Now, who's he talking? Now, what's Brett talking about? Elliot or no? I wasn't.
I think he's talking about Elliot.
Okay.
And no, I don't have to worry about getting possessed. Now I can act like I'm possessed. Um, okay, so do you guys have any locations lined up in the near future for your doc? Oh,
Yes, we
I see
do.
that. I see that grin. You
Yes.
got a
Yes, we
special
do.
place coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we haven't talked to anybody about all this. We're kind of gonna save it for here, so whoever's on is gonna figure it out before we even announce it to our
Okay.
people. So on Sunday, like 2 days from now, we're going to the Story Inn to stay the night, and we'll be investigating there. That documentary comes out August 13th. I think is our release date.
Yep.
And then we have Billy Creek Village. We're taking a bunch of friends there. That'll probably come out late September.
That's like a whole haunted town too, like an
Yeah,
entire.
have you heard of those
local
places?
buildings.
Story Inn, yes. What's the other one?
Billy Creek Village is in Rockville, right next to the sanatorium, the Indiana State Sanatorium.
No, I have not.
Oh,
It's 30.
No, I haven't heard of that.
The
38 buildings.
sanatorium I have, but not the
Yeah.
other.
So we're bringing friends with that one because there's no way we're hitting 38 buildings in one night. But that
38
one,
buildings.
it's 38 buildings. It's a whole village. It's a
Ooh.
it's like I think what it
Wow.
is like a conglomerate of all the historical buildings from the area, and they like moved the buildings all to this place to make a village. And so there's like a doctor's office, 2 churches, a schoolhouse, multiple residences, bridges, all kinds of stuff.
I wonder if that's what Nat was talking about a couple of weeks ago when she was talking about multiple buildings right there around the sanatorium. I wonder if that's what she was
definitely it.
talking about.
That's definitely it. It's literally a mile from the sanatorium, which is funny because we didn't know that. And I scheduled, so this is our 3rd location, is the sanatorium. That's going to be our Halloween special episode. And I didn't know so Sunday, Monday of that week, we're going to
Right
Billy
back.
Creek Village. All right. And then 4 days later, we're going right back to go to the sanatorium, Indiana State Sanatorium. So
Wow.
yeah, those are our next 3 locations. And then to finish out the year, we have Gettysburg, a location we can't announce yet because it hasn't been announced, but we got invited to do
Something in Gettysburg.
we got invited to Gettysburg to do something with the group. And so that's going to be very exciting. Tom has helped us out and he's going to pay for a trip there. It just happened to coincide with what we got invited to do. And then we're doing a return to the old Blackford County Jail. It's going to be our 3rd part. Both times we went before, we took friends because we were too scared, but we're going to go alone now. And
End it off and sleep alone.
we're going to do like a 3rd part to it's going to be the 3rd documentary there. We're going to do like a big finale, sleep alone type deal, do all that. And then we have Bobby Mackey's Music World in Octagon Hall. And that's the end of the year.
I've heard of Octagon Hall. Haven't been there, but I have been to Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah, I've heard Bobby Mackey's is pretty crazy.
It was pretty calm for the most part the night
Really?
that I was there. But the interesting part happened it was in the bar itself over there by the pool tables, in the far corner. So when you go there, pay attention to that area.
Will do.
Because I actually got called a jackass on the spirit box.
Oh gosh, nice. Nice.
And I just rolled with it. I just went along with it. Yep, how you doing?
And Brad asked if we're doing Brad? Yeah, Brad asked if we're doing a live stream on Sunday at the Story Inn. I think we will for like just a little bit though.
Probably, yeah.
It's not going to be a big long live stream, but we'll do some sort of live stream where we investigate it. But we're going to be focusing mostly on making the documentary because it is very hard to do the documentary and a live stream, which is what we found out.
Yep.
It's hard to do. It's very hard to do.
Yeah,
we tried doing that at the Stone Mansion, and it was difficult.
Very.
Trying to keep those separate and keep it to where, okay, I got these parts that I can put in the documentary. But I'm sure there's a way that you can incorporate that.
There is, but it doesn't look good because the live stream is vertical unless we turn it horizontal. But then it's weird for the viewers while they're watching it because we do our lives on TikTok because we end up getting TikTok is very good at pushing out your live stream and your videos. So we end up getting like 5,000 viewers, 2 to 5,000 viewers is what we normally get on TikTok, which is why we do it there. But it's a vertical video, so then when you try to make a YouTube video out of it, it looks really bad, and it doesn't fit in very well. And
Yeah.
we kind of pride ourselves on like keeping it very professional and like high quality. So it's really hard to do.
Yep.
It's hard. But yeah, we'll be going live for a little bit.
So, tell me about the filming equipment that you use. Do you go, how high end do you guys go for?
I mean, pretty high end. Not like film production, like a massive like rig up here, but like we're borrowing a DSLR from our teacher, or my old teacher, or both of our old teacher from high school. It's a Nikon D3500, which is a pretty nice camera. We have to give that back to him before the school year starts, though, because he needs it obviously for school. So I'm going to be buying a Sony A6400, which is it's a DSLR. It shoots 4K, 60 frames per second. Pretty high quality. Yeah, and for story in, we have the DSLR. We'll be using our phone cameras. We have a couple night vision cameras for the room, and then a GoPro that we're bringing to film with us. So we try to our documentaries. We try to keep them pretty high quality. We try our best to make it as high quality as we can.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know where my co-host went.
Yeah. He just
yeah, it's like he just up and left.
He's just
I
gone.
don't even remember him saying anything. So, okay, is there a place that you have been to, but you won't go back to?
Oh man, that is a good question.
I don't think so.
I would say no.
No.
I would say no. Everywhere we've gone have been super cool, and even the places that scare us to death, that makes us almost want to go back more.
Yeah.
And plus, I like to keep an open mind, so like I don't think I could ever just refuse to go back somewhere.
No.
Maybe in the future there'll be a place that's just so terrible that I don't want to go back at all. But so far, no. I'd say even the scary places we've been, I'd love to go back.
When you go into these locations, do you go in it with the frame of mind of trying to debunk stuff, or do you go in there and if you have them, any gifts?
We do not have any gifts, in my opinion. I think we can kind of tell eventually during the night, like, okay, we felt weird over here. Like we said, the speakeasy just felt off to us. We can kind of feel like, like this place doesn't feel right, but that's about it. Our main goal is to be super scientific with everything. And every single thing we get, we will spend like any evidence. We spend the next like 15 minutes trying to debunk it.
Yeah.
Every single time. Because we don't want to put anything out there as evidence that could have been explained. So we try every single thing we possibly can to debunk it. People have asked, like, what if you go somewhere and you get no evidence? And we make a documentary with no evidence is the answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it will happen. And there have been places like the Fowler Theater. We were so excited to go there. It's a beautiful place. We thought it was going to be so active, and almost nothing happened. And we still made a documentary out of it, and it was still really good.
It was still really good. Yeah.
Yeah, because people need to see that.
Yeah.
Just because you're going to a location, that does not mean that stuff is going to happen.
Yeah. And that's why we call them documentaries, is because 50% of our video is just going over the history. That's 50% of our video. We're history buffs. And so even if we get no paranormal evidence, it's a history. You're going to learn about the history. You're going to learn about what hauntings supposedly go on there. You might even see an interview from like the owner of the building, get some more insight. So yeah, if we get nothing, we get nothing. We're not going to try to definitely not fake anything, but we try to debunk everything we can.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Nick?
No, I'm back, Dave. I'm back.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that you had left. I was talking with these guys, and I looked over your screen, and you're
Seriously?
gone. Yeah.
You,
I was like, where did you go? And
Nice.
Dave said that I
I
lost you.
said I'd be right back.
I think he did say
I just
something,
had
but
Yeah, well, okay. I just had to stand up to use the washroom. So that's all. That's all. Bad, not bad.
Yeah, one night can't. And that's perfect example of what happened at Old Lake County Jail. First time I went there, we did it for 2 nights. The first night, dead, nothing happened. And then I got the whistle and tried the whistle a couple hours into that second night, and stuff was happening.
Yeah, it's give or take. It's 50-50 everywhere you go. It really is.
Yeah, you just there is that's the one thing that I say that is an absolute in this field is that nothing is ever a guarantee.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Which
the
is
thing
kind
I
of.
always.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just kind of it is kind of scary when you're traveling halfway across the country and you're paying hundreds of dollars to try to investigate somewhere, and then there's a possibility of nothing happening.
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
again, 50% of our videos is history, and if we get nothing, we get nothing. We're still going to show you us investigating and trying and the history and everything, and we'll still make a good video out of it. So
So true, Dave. Yeah, that's another. What he just posted is just exactly what I was thinking. And he also mentioned another place, which might surprise you guys. Jeremy, you know this, is actually Bobby Mackey's Music World. Like we went 10 years ago, and at that time we were still unfortunately influenced, saying that this place was horrifically haunted. It was demonic. There was the exorcism, the possession of Carl that occurred there, and people have been scratched, attacked, whatsoever. Well, the entire time that we were there, it was not what they said it was. It was like there was literally like nothing that occurred the entire time. The only thing that ever occurred actually occurred right before we even got started with the investigation. We were there like in August, and it was humid and it was hot as hell. I mean, I don't know if Bobby Mackey's had an AC or not, but it was not running. And the only thing that ever occurred was we felt this cool breeze, like as if something passed us that just went right by us. And that was literally it. There was literally nothing else that occurred that night. No possessions, no attacks, nothing. So
interesting.
yeah,
it's just like another primary example. I've even told a lot of people, if you're going to do this kind of stuff, the reality is it's like 90% of paranormal investigating is usually boring. You go to these places, you check them out, and for the most part, nothing happens. So like the evidence you guys happen to get, you guys just have to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, we've gotten very lucky, very, very lucky with some of the stuff. For a haunted courtroom.
Watch out for ghost
We'll
lawyers.
see him try. We'll hire a lawyer.
A ghost lawyer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll go find one.
That is true, Dave. He did have the rose on the dance floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Mackey's came up. We were talking about some of the places we have booked for the fall, leading to the end of the year, and that's one of them that we're going to be going to.
I'm not trying to obviously say don't go. It's just that.
No. Yeah.
It's just basically, I guess it really depends on the location because some places for one night it may be very active. The next night it just may not be as active.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really just a crapshoot whenever you go to a location. You just don't know if anything is going to happen.
Yep.
The best thing you do is just cross your fingers and just hope that you get something because it's always different for a lot of different groups. And I also tell a lot of people, especially those who watch a lot of these shows, again, whenever you see shows like whether it's your documentaries or what you see on television, people are always getting this belief like, wow, these guys are getting like all this activity every 5 minutes or so, when the reality of it is that's not true. It's not really every 5 minutes. It may actually be because all the footage is being cut, so what looks like every 5 minutes may have actually been every 5 hours that
Yep.
something may have happened.
Some of our friends have figured out the hard way when we invite them, and they're like,
Yep.
well, nothing's happening. And we're like, that's 99% of the time. We're sitting in a dark room hearing nothing.
Yep.
And
We
we
had
ask
a-
question after question after question, and nothing happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just
We
that
had
we're
a-
waiting for that one thing.
We did a ghost tour a couple years ago, and we got off at one of the locations. And as we're walking, we hear some of the people behind us like saying, "Man, this really sucks. I paid this money for all this. They told us these places are haunted, and nothing's happened. This is seriously a waste of money." Yeah. I was literally almost ready to me along with someone else were ready to turn around and say, "Well, you know what? If you don't understand how this stuff works, you might as well just leave, just go."
Yeah.
Because we're not going to take that.
And I keep saying this, but like for us, like even if nothing happens, we're still going to enjoy ourselves because we're history buffs, and it's just so cool being overnight in a historic location. That by itself is cool for me.
I'm moving
Well,
on.
for me, that's half the investigation right there, is learning the history of these buildings.
Yep.
Yeah.
When? Jeez.
Are you guys going to Perry Unity in October?
Is that the Fowler? Is that?
I think that's a different one.
That's
No.
That's a different one. I don't know. I don't think we are. Maybe, but
I think I need to see that again because I got tagged in something.
Yeah, I think you tagged us in it,
ago.
right? Or was it? I think maybe Scott tagged us in it.
I think Scott did.
But so we're going to an event that they're having. I forget what it's called, over at the Fowler Theater. They're having a little event thing there. But I got tagged in Perry Unity. We haven't like registered or anything. No. Maybe we should.
I think we should.
Yeah, we're still taking vendors. I'm one of those that's helping out with that.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm out.
Yeah, tag us in one of the posts, and
Yeah.
I'll re-look at it, and we'll see if it's a date that we have open, and we'll go. Yeah.
It's gonna be October 22nd.
I think we are open that day.
Yeah, that'll work. That's the week before we go to Gettysburg. So.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I'm also gonna be part of it too, because well, I don't know if we're still figuring it out. I'm actually going to be. I actually have this character that I play. You guys are familiar with the book "Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark," right?
Yeah.
So you guys, I don't know if you guys have known, they've made tribute books in the last couple of years. I've actually got almost all of them. It's like I've collected a huge collection of these tribute books as well as the original trilogy, and that eventually got me interested in wanting to create a character kind of like based off of the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt or the Creep from Creep Show. And I call myself the Scary Stories host. And I'm actually going to be reading to kids these stories. So
that's cool.
Nice.
That's actually cool.
Nice. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
I think Jeremy's looking up more info on the Perry Unity Con.
Yeah, just I tried to forward the page to you guys. But I just sent both of you a thing on Messenger.
Yep, we got it.
Okay, awesome. Dave, for some reason you're back to Facebook user again. We don't know how. I know this is Dave because he mentioned about Evanston.
Dave, you got issues.
Yeah. Unless it's Facebook doing it. Unless it's Facebook doing it.
Yeah, we'll go to that. We'll register and send whatever we need to the email, and we'll go.
All right, Jill, you made it.
Hello, Jill.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that.
She was our guest.
Jill, you're late. Almost done with the show.
What the hell? You're late.
Yeah.
So, sorry, guys. I know I was saying something you were saying about the event, though.
Yeah, I was saying, we'll go. We're open that weekend, and it's in Peru, which is 20 minutes from here. So, yeah, we'll go for sure.
Awesome.
It'll be cool. I'll send whatever we need to the email, and we'll get that going.
Awesome. He used his phone. That's why. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you for subscribing.
Well, my scary character I made just you never bring. If it's something involving cockroaches again, Brad, I'm not bringing it up. That's your character, not mine.
You got to admit, he's been pretty calm with the cockroaches tonight.
You got another subscriber, guys.
So you got to
awesome.
get you guys.
Oh my God. Jill's late. Time to go for 3 more hours.
Oh no! I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
I knew it.
I don't want to go 3. If we're going 3 more hours, Nick, you're doing it.
No, I'm not. I got other stuff I got to do. Plus, I got work in the morning. Yes, and here it is. Cockroach. I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh, she said that. Oh, apparently Jill's saying phone issues. She's trying to, though.
Well, last night she was having laptop issues, so.
I thought it was the laptop issues, too.
Okay, I have to say this because I have been seeing this all night, ever since you two came on the camera. Noah,
Yep.
has anybody ever told you look like a young Weird Al Yankovic?
I have absolutely never heard that in my life.
That's not what I was
the
thinking.
first thing I thought when you guys
both like
came on
Weird
the
Al,
camera.
though.
That was the first thing I thought.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. I'm gonna call him that now. I'm going with that. I'm sticking with that. That's so funny.
That's awesome.
I'm using that now. On the
I never
documentary.
really realized that.
That was the first thing I thought when I saw you guys.
I'm calling him Weird Al on camera for the story and documentary on Sunday.
That'd be
That's
so
what I'm doing.
funny.
Yeah, there you
doing
go. Now all you got to do is just, curl his hair, give him a perm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Jacob,
Ron
oh!
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, now
my
it's trying to
God.
come out of the woodwork.
Oh no!
Oh, it's funny because I like Weird Al too. My dad always played Weird Al when I was a kid because he
Yeah.
thought it was funny. So I actually do like Weird Al.
The latest thing I've seen with Weird Al is I'm assuming you guys watch The Simpsons, right?
I don't.
I used
Oh,
to
you
when
guys
I was a little
don't.
kid.
I
yeah.
don't.
There was one episode where Weird Al made a special guest appearance. It was like detailing, I think, like Homer and Marge's college lives, and they Homer tried forming a band like involving negative music. At one point, he realizes his life is falling apart. He finds out that Weird Al had already done a cover of one of his songs.
Nice.
That was pretty funny.
Nice.
You know what? I am trying to behave, but I am the calm one with comments tonight. He does have a point, Jeremy.
Hold on. What?
No, I said, I'm trying to behave when I am the calm one with comments tonight.
I know. I even recognize that. Did you guys not hear me say that? He's been pretty calm with the cockroach comments.
There we go.
Yeah. I just mentioned that like 3 minutes ago.
I guess he wasn't paying attention the first time.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, Brad.
Yeah.
Lean back in that chair, Brad, and pay attention.
And that investigation that I was asking about, that's actually next Friday.
Next Friday. Nice.
Yeah,
no, I
next
was
Friday.
here 3 minutes ago.
And probably won't be able to do that because we're going to be doing the jail next Friday. So.
Oh yeah.
What were you talking about?
I was asking about helping out on a case remotely, but I thought that was tonight, but instead it's next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. But if it's going to be next Friday, then I'm not going to be able to do that because we're doing the jail next Friday.
Right, the Crown Point Jail.
Yeah. So, okay, we are coming up to the end of the show.
Brad's thinking otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 30 minutes apparently right there.
If we did that, Brad, this show would be never ending.
Years.
And yeah,
Centuries.
if I was laughing for like that 30 minutes or so, I'm gonna tell you already, my ribs would be hurting. I probably would die.
Yeah. You'd be catching us sleeping on the show.
I don't know. Well, I'd eventually fall asleep. I wouldn't be able to laugh forever. And that's funny how Jill mentioned about the shirts you guys have, because I realized we're actually, except for Jeremy, we're all wearing music related shirts. You got a Beatles shirt, you got Picasso. I'm wearing Elvis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm wearing a show shirt, so
Yeah, that's what I said, except for
Fair.
Jeremy. We all got music-related shirts.
Fair. Yep.
yeah, I cannot argue with that. Cannot argue with that. So, is there any other fun little stories that you guys want to tell us?
Um,
I'm sure you got a few.
And that
I mean-
Rick and Morty posty Joe wants.
I'll mention like a kind of plan we have. I mean, I can do that. I'll talk about we're going to Indiana State Sanatorium for the Halloween special. We're going in September to film it. We have our friend now. His name's Kalani. His TikTok and YouTube is Kalani Ghost Hunter. He has 1.9 million followers.
Oh,
We got 2.5. That's all. Nice.
Brad's loving
Nice.
this.
Yeah, he is. He's having fun with that one.
Constant.
But our friend Kalani, he's coming with us to the sanatorium. He has 1.9 million followers on TikTok.
Wow.
And so that got us thinking, so next year in 2023, we're going to focus on, for our documentaries, bringing like big creators with us to haunted locations. We're going to have this whole series of, if you've seen Bear Grylls, he has the show Running Wild where he brings celebrities to the wild with him, and he like goes out and like does crazy things with these celebrities. That's where I got the idea from. But I have my own like gym page because I go to the gym. I have my gym page. That's what I do. And so I've gotten to know some of these like big like sponsored gym guys with like hundreds of thousands of followers. And a few of them I can definitely reach out to and see if they want to come with us. And the goal is to kind of like broaden the paranormal world to all these different groups of people and these creators. And then obviously their viewers are going to want to watch their creator go to this haunted place with us. And then vice versa, our viewers are going to watch that person. So it's like a mutually beneficial thing. So our plan is to start like pretty soon here, planning for 2023 to do that kind of thing.
they tried to do that with the Halloween specials on Ghost Hunters, but it didn't work out.
I remember that a couple times. So if you've watched or heard of Sam and Colby, I'm going to bring them up. We get a lot of comparisons to Sam and Colby, and honestly, kind of some of the inspiration came from them. Have you heard of them before?
Who is it?
Sam and Colby. They're like kind of our age, and they have a YouTube channel. They're super
Cringe.
They're super cringe, but so they do the same thing because they are huge. They have like millions of subscribers. So they bring creators, but they just do it like kind of low key. But my goal is to make it like the basis of our video. Like, okay, we're bringing this guy to a very haunted location. And then, yeah, so that all started with Kalani since he has 1.9 million and he's coming with us. That's going to be really good for us, I hope. So, yeah, that's where the idea came from.
Well, it should definitely give you guys some more exposure that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he was doing a live stream and I literally just texted in the live stream Spirit Stalkers and he was like, oh, I'll go subscribe to you. And then he messaged me and I was like, oh, cool. Let's go do something together. That'd be awesome.
Behind the scenes, when you guys are at locations, do you ever pull pranks on each other?
Not really, but
Pranks? Did you say
Yeah.
pranks?
Yeah, pranks.
Yeah, we don't really try to do that, like when it's just me and him. But when we're with friends, we were at the asylum in like December, and him and his two friends were doing like a private investigation while I think we're in the lobby or we were downstairs, but we snuck up to their level while they were investigating and we started making really loud noises, like a woman's voice. We like started screaming and then we started we're like hiding from them. They're freaking out and they were like running all over the place. And then we come out of this room and start like chasing them in pitch black. And Jake starts screaming like a little girl. And then so that was kind of like a funny bit we did and just scared them a little bit.
Well, and then it's always me. Because then we
Yeah.
went to and it's always at the asylum. So like last week when we were on the live stream, his friend brought an Aztec, or it's Scott's son. He brought an Aztec death whistle. And I was in the basement and I was about to head upstairs.
Women
And
has one?
I
Yeah.
just hear this scream. And I was like, what is that? Scared the crap out of me, but it didn't work because I remembered like, oh yeah, Noah did say that he's bringing a whistle. So, but yeah, they got me pretty good for a second with that too. But usually we try to refrain when it's just me and him. We don't do anything like that.
He must have gotten that from me because I have one as well.
Oh, do ya? Yeah, it scared the crap out of me. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Wait till you hear about 10 or 15 of them going off at the same time.
Oh no.
That's got to be horrible.
Yeah.
Do you know the purpose of the death whistle?
I don't know just scare people, right? In war, is that what it was?
Yeah. So let's say you have 100 of them, and you have 100 people are blowing them all at the same time. To the other side, it sounds like you got a stampede of 1,000 coming your way.
God.
True, yeah.
That was the whole purpose of the death whistle, what they did way back in ancient times.
Yeah, it's like the rebel yell from the Civil War. That's why they would do the rebel yell.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and even Joe just said I got a death whistle. Yeah,
That's right.
Cool.
Yep.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And then Robert said also intimidation of enemy tribes, kind of like bagpipes.
Yeah.
We need to get 10 of them. We need to get 10 of them and set that up for their TikTok.
Be a good TikTok video. 100 death whistles at a haunted mansion,
or 1,000 death whistles.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
I got
That'd be
one.
insane.
No.
He's got one down.
998.
990.
We got Aiden. We got Aiden and Jeremy. Now we need 998.
All right, everybody who's got. So I'm going to say this now. Everybody who's got a death whistle, start marking so we can start counting down. It's going to be a long way before we get down to number one.
Yep.
Might be a few months, maybe even a year, maybe a year or two.
So what you guys need to do, you need to have yourself a third person filming with you. That way, Noah, when you scare the crap out of your big brother and make him scream and running like a little girl, you can capture that on camera.
Yep.
Put it out on TikTok and let that shit go viral.
No, it's funny because when we were at the asylum, we were recording, and it is on our documentary.
It is.
So that's like a little funny
their
bit. You can go
POV.
watch.
Really?
Yeah, you can
Oh.
go watch that. You can go watch
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that, Robert. He sent me this.
Because when you're doing all these serious things on there, every now and then you should put something out there that's a little fun, so that they're like,
That's what we've been doing.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what we've
this
been
is what
doing.
we do behind the scenes.
If you watch the
Right.
Gettysburg, the Gettysburg was really cool because he loves candy. Like his thing is like candy, like weird candy. And there's a candy shop in Gettysburg, so there's like a whole 2-3 minute segment of him at the candy shop going crazy.
Yeah, I was like freaking
at
out.
Gettysburg.
It was awesome.
And then there's a thing we always do like little challenges, and in Gettysburg there's like a game where you have to like throw the ring onto like a pole basically and make it stick. And we did like in Gettysburg we did first person to make it twice.
The other
person who lost, they didn't make it twice, has to go into the basement of the orphanage by themselves into the pit, which is like the torture chamber there. So we try to do fun stuff like that. Yeah, make our videos entertaining.
I volunteered to go into the torture chamber by myself.
Yeah, I did because I felt bad, and I knew if I didn't do it, I would like hate myself that I didn't do it. And so even though I won, so he was the one who had to do it, I did it anyways too. It was a lot of. Surprisingly, I wasn't really scared. The more we're doing this, the more I'm getting over that fear, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, it takes a while, but eventually you get used to it. I mean, like for someone like me, it all depends on everyone. It's always different. Like for me, it was kind of a first time sort of thing. After that, it wasn't as bad. Usually, it's just the first one.
Yeah. It's almost a phobia for me, which is why it's really hard. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but it really is almost a phobia. Like I have this like it's not even. I mean, it is a phobia because it's not rational sometimes. Like I'm scared just to like walk in a dark hallway, even in my house. Like it's not as much anymore. It's getting there, but like it's definitely.
There's a lot of people that's got that same fear.
Oh yeah,
you are not alone in that.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
and like first thing that came to mind. What was pit? Was ball pit? You said torture chamber? What?
Yeah. I think she said when I said because I said the pit because that's what it's called. So he was thinking of a ball pit, and then I clarified. It's a torture chamber. Oh yeah, haunted ball pit. That's terrifying. But
Bring an empath or psychic
been
medium with you. They can
we've
do a
been trying.
walkthrough.
we have been trying. We're trying to find someone who wants to go that's kind of our age that will do that.
Looking for a death whistle 3D print file. You'll get them, mark my words. So you're gonna make 998 of those, Brad?
I don't know if
Are we
being
waiting?
able to do a 3D printing of it. I'm not sure.
I'm sure you could some way.
Maybe. If you do send us one, that'd be awesome.
That'd
be so cool.
No, send two. So that
Yeah,
way we
yeah.
can get down to
You can make us
990.
we'll pay you. Make a custom Spirit Stalkers death whistle.
All right,
That
that's
is-
4 down, 996 to
That's
go.
Well, the
That'd be
thing,
so
the
cool.
thing about the death whistle is that you're going to want them all to be able to put out different tones. You don't want them all to sound the same.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably that makes sense.
Yeah, you want them all to
That
have
sounds
different
like-
tones so that when they are used together, you got 100 different tones, and now it's like, whoa, what's that?
Yeah,
You know?
I
That'd be
think
crazy.
our uncle actually has one. He was talking about it a couple months ago. I might
Yeah.
borrow his. That'd be fun. So there's another
Um,
one down.
There was another question. This was from Jill. She said, sorry that she missed this part, but she wanted to know what platform. I know we talked about it earlier, but she wanted to know what platform you guys use for your live streams.
Yeah, so we use TikTok usually because they're very, very good at pushing out your videos and live streams to other people.
Yep.
It's something like 98% of your viewers and your likes on videos are people who don't follow you, and so you're getting a completely different audience every time. And so yeah, we usually average about 2,000 to 5,000 viewers on those, so it's really good. That's why we do it on there.
Yeah, but first you got to get to that 1,000.
True.
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
trying,
that's-
just like we're trying to do now with those death whistles. Trying to get to that 1,000 with the death whistles.
Right now, I'm trying to get 1,000 followers on TikTok so that I can get this show onto TikTok.
Is it Things Network? Oh crap! I keep
Things
Yep.
Network, yeah.
Things Network.
On TikTok, it's the real Things Network.
I'll go right now and do it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
so
the hard
he's-
part. Is that first 1,000? It's
Yeah, that's the hardest thing to do. I am almost to 1,000 followers on my personal TikTok, but I'm not planning on using that to go
Yeah.
live.
yeah.
But the Things Network TikTok, I am.
Yep.
I'm like 540 followers on that one. So what I'm doing on that one is I'm taking clips from different shows on the network and putting it out there.
Yep. That's
So
a
that
good
they-
idea.
so that people can see, okay, so this is a taste of what you guys offer.
Yep.
And in fact, I really need to put out a video tomorrow before I take off for my investigation tomorrow.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Idea for the death whistle: set them up with compressed air set on a timer to blow through the whistle so you save your lungs. And
You could make a. Brad can make
Wow.
something where it's like a tripwire. Like if it goes off, then it blows air into it and it screams, so you can hear it from across the building.
apparently he said he found one. It only costs $1 to make. So guess what? Now he can make one for himself. So now we're down to 900. No,
Yeah.
wait, I'll take one. 994. We already had a
Custom
good
Spirit
start.
Stalkers.
I got one.
Awesome.
Yeah, he just, and it's weird. The website he found it on is on Thingiverse.
Thingiverse? wait, hang on. Did you say Thingiverse?
Thingiverse.
It sounds like out of a children's website or something like that.
No, think of it as Things Universe, but you take out the S in Things and the UN in Universe. It's Thingiverse.
Thingiverse.
Okay.
Chill.
It's kind of a little bit,
Yeah.
sounds kind of catchy.
Thingiverse.
Thingiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought it
no,
was. I was
that's where we
thinking.
found it.
I actually thought it was spelled like THINGY or EY, like how they always say, "Oh, that thingy right there."
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
what I was thinking.
Jill, if you do a TikTok, you better follow Things Network and follow me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I am going to be very upset with you, girl.
I will see if I can get
Sometimes
them
you
made
have to
before
talk to people.
Pittsfield. Oh my God! Hey, wait a minute. If he's going to make them before Mansfield, that means he can make more death whistles for everybody else who goes. It's getting lower, guys.
We are not using any death whistles at that jail. No.
That would
I
be
know.
freaky.
Yeah, I know. That would, no. He's probably just making them just to give to people. I don't think he's going to use them for the actual investigation.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would still take it. Like, here you go.
I was thinking
Cool.
using it. Oh, there's Carl. Hi,
Hey,
Carl.
what's up, Carl?
What's up?
Haven't
Hey.
seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. If you guys don't know, he does Paranormal Nation Radio on our network on Tuesdays. He's also one of the guys that's helping out with the Paranormal Giving Tree.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's the one that's got the location in Missouri.
Sweet.
I don't know. Is this Dave again? We are Native American. Oh wait, no. I think that's it might be Cheyenne, because she's talked about her grandmother a lot. So
Yeah, why would she be under Facebook user? She was
I don't
under
know.
her name.
I don't know. That's weird.
Okay,
It's
so
like the same thing with Dave too. He was like showing
Yeah,
up for a while, and then he went to
it's
Facebook
weird.
user.
okay, so the death whistle.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it is Cheyenne. Okay, so the death whistle is something that they used way back in ancient times, like back in the BC era. It's these whistles would put out specific tones, and when you get a whole bunch of them together and use them at the same time, it sounds much bigger than it really is. And they would use it as a scare tactic when they were going to war or battle with another whoever at the time. It could be another Indian tribe or somebody else. But if you get 100 death whistles together and blow them all at the same time, it's going to sound like you have a stampede coming at you with over 1,000. So that's the purpose of those whistles. Now they use them for like ceremonies and things like that.
They even use them as like, supposedly I looked it up, and they said another thing that they use like the death whistles for are well, they say historians believe they were used to help guide sacrificial victims on their journey to the afterlife.
But here's Aiden.
Aiden, speaking of which,
Aiden.
Aiden, what's up, man?
Wait. Oh my goodness. I have to
Dr.
take a picture of that.
Mechanic.
This is a long story.
I don't know. I don't think we should get into that. That's
I'm gonna say it. That's his old YouTube channel from when he was like 10, 12.
oh my God.
Well, here's the thing. It's already out there. You might as well explain it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. It was like 2016 at my old babysitters, and we'd do like challenges where like we eat like a nasty jelly bean, or we make like funny skits. It was actually pretty good at the time, but now looking back, it's pretty interesting to watch. So yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, let's see. Robert exactly took what I was reading. He copied it and posted on the comments. He took exactly what I was. Wow. How about that? How's that for coincidence? That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Brad hasn't commented. Like when you said that he had to explain the story, I was expecting him to say, keep going. We got about another 3 hours, 2.5 hours left. Yeah, you were right, Robert.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, so
What?
no.
I knew it.
Try
Every
5
time, I was
minutes.
like, it's been a little bit too long since you said something.
Yeah, try 5 minutes. I want to go eat.
Yeah, I want to
That's
go
fair.
eat
That's
too. I
fair.
haven't eaten yet.
Hungry.
And also,
Yeah.
here's one final update about trying to get the 1,000 death whistles, because I counted, because I remember how many people were going to Mansfield. Guess what? We're already down to 986.
Nice.
We're getting there.
Yep.
Oh, only 5, more like 10.
8 a.m. will be done. 8
Every
a.m.
no is a yes and adds an upper.
Oh, looks like we have another one of your friends on.
Oh,
on
Colby.
here.
Colby, what's up, man?
So, is this a common nickname that you go by now?
Yeah, it's just like a little funny bit we do. We just call each other like weird names, but yeah, that's one of them. Yeah,
That's funny. That's the second time you've been called that here
I've
just in the
seen
last minute and a half.
yeah,
I
it's pretty
know.
common. It's pretty common.
But I like this comment with Len. You all need to do a 12 hour or even a better 24 hour
That would be
show.
insane.
24-hour challenge.
Well, you know what? That guy Carl we just talked about a couple months ago, he actually did do like a 24-hour show.
Oh
But
my
it was
gosh.
like it was being hosted by like different hosts, so it's not like you
Gotcha.
sat on a chair
Yeah.
for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Well, Zach did one as well for 22 hours.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was for bringing awareness to veterans and the unfortunate effects of what they go through with the like 22 suicides a day with the veterans and things like that. So that's what he was doing, bringing awareness to that.
Oh my God, they have this on SoundCloud. The Death Whistle. Is this how your sound? Oh, it must be especially for you.
I'll listen to that after the show, Brad.
We don't know who this is.
Yeah. I am going to guess probably another friend of yours. Why are all your friends starting to come out now that the show's about to end?
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, like, what the hell?
They're
They're
here
just
at the
late.
beginning of the show.
They're late.
I was expecting, honestly, for them to show up not long after the show began.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
it's
too.
Anita. Oh,
It's
she's got
Anita.
it.
Okay.
She's
There's
got
another
a
one.
death whistle.
One more down.
985.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So okay, well, what we'll do definitely is we're gonna have you guys come.
Because they wanted to go another 5 hours.
I'm done with Brad. What we'll do is we'll have you guys come back on sometime next year when we do season 3 of this show.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
Cool.
incredible.
And then we can talk about some of the places that you've been to from this point on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Crazy stuff coming. For real.
that's good. And maybe by then you'll have 10,000 subscribers.
It's possible.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really do.
And maybe by then we'll. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it wasn't that long ago when you surpassed 1,000. Now you're already just
Yeah, we
on
doubled
the
it in
other
a
side
month.
of 2.
Took us 8 months to get 1,000, then we doubled it in a month somehow. It's because of TikTok. Because one of the video at the museum got like 1 million views on it.
Wow.
It really did, 1 million views. So yeah, that's what
awesome.
really helped a lot. But yeah, our goal we kind of set was to hit 5,000 on the 1 year anniversary of hitting 1,000. So the end of May 2023, we want to be at least 5,000.
That'd be great.
That's the goal.
Awesome.
Big goals.
Well, if you keep at it, I don't think that will be an issue.
Yeah, we're not stopping. It's 24/7, constantly running all those different pages. It's like it's constant, but it's worth it for us. This is what we love to do. So,
Well, let me tell you this from personal experience. Every now and then, allow yourself to have a break.
for sure, that's the past month, or not the past 3 weeks since we got back from Gettysburg has kind of been a lull. Until obviously Story In tomorrow kind of kicks off the busy fall, but we've given ourselves a good 3 weeks to kind of relax a little bit, step back for a hot second, plan out the fall, and then we're ready to move starting in 2 days for Story In.
Yeah, because I can tell you from personal experience, and Scott can tell you the same thing. Tim and Crystal can tell you the same thing. That there were times where I was running ragged. It was 24/7 for me too.
Yeah.
And it got to a point I had to take a break. Otherwise, I was going to be to a point where I am not doing any of this ever again.
Yep.
And I did not want to get to that point. So
yeah, you definitely don't want to get burnt out. That's for sure.
I'm going to be taking
allow yourselves to take a break. Even if it's just 1 day for that little breather. If you need to take a month, take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, even Brad here's like always take a break or you get burned out. And that's basically kind of what I'm actually going to be doing myself soon because believe it or not, and Jeremy knows this all too well, this show that I do 4 shows a night. Well, 4 shows a night. 4 shows
Four shows a
on
week.
4 nights a week. So
yeah, that's still a lot. That's
yeah,
a lot.
it is. Among one of the shows is a show I do on early Wednesday evenings, which is I host independently, and it's usually involving. It's called the Nick Files. I give presentations, like of different haunted and
And
historical
he wasn't the one
locations.
that came up with that name either.
It was someone else. I had
Yeah.
a different name before that. It used to be called Paranormal and Historic Locations and Legends, but now it's called the Nick Files. It was invented by someone else. But anyways, I'm actually doing my show in season, so there comes a point, obviously, that you definitely need to take a break. And I'm running out of presentations to show, and in order to basically have these shows ready, you got to put these presentations together. So because I made a whole bunch of them, it took a lot of my time off. It got to a point where I'm thinking, well, I'll run these, I'll work on these, I'll present them, but after I'm done with season 1, I definitely need to take a break because it's too much work. I mean, I'll do the other shows because I'm just co-hosting then, but in terms of like my actual own show, like something like that, you just got to have a break from it for a little while.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Actually, is the whole season thing. Once we can do this full time, and I don't actually have, that's our goal, and we like 100% believe we can do it.
Yeah.
Where this can be our full time thing because of YouTube. But yeah,
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, once we can do this full time, and we're almost monetized on YouTube, it's close. It's just we want to, at least for me, like the season thing, like get all these locations booked weekend after weekend after weekend, get them all done, or day after day after day, whatever works. Get them all done, and then be able to have a break for a while as you're editing, as you're doing whatever. That way, because it is hard to like have it all spread out like this, and just like because it takes up so much time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to do this season thing, but it's just hard when you have a job. So the goal is to get monetized.
Tough.
Yeah.
The goal is to get monetized. So at least this is free to go to the places. Free, technically.
That's kind of the thing too, with like even with the paranormal road trips and stuff like that. I've always said, it seems like I'm always saying this every year when it comes to like certain paracons or investigations. Like once after, because obviously we do only have a few more months left. But like once after like the Halloween season's over, with the exception of maybe one event or two after like the start of November, it's like by then there's really no need to really. There's not much really going on, so you do eventually kind of get that break because by then the season is just about over. And I've always said, now that the October season has passed, it's like unless you have any reserved investigations in terms of like events or otherwise, it's like you kind of have to wait till like late March or early April before the events really come back. So it definitely does give you that well-deserved rest.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So before we end the show, if you would let everybody know where they can find you across all the platforms.
So yeah, YouTube is the big one that we're pushing. Obviously, everything that we say is just Spirit Stalkers. If you look up Spirit Stalkers or any of these,
Yep.
You'll find us. So YouTube is the big one. Go subscribe to our YouTube. That's where you can find our documentaries, our trailers, and even some of our YouTube shorts, which are TikToks on YouTube, basically. That's where all the big 45-minute documentaries are. And then TikTok, we post all of our evidence, some funny clips, some in-between stuff that he'll do.
Yeah, we make some clips.
He makes some different types of videos on there. So there's some different stuff on TikTok. And then Instagram is just our casual, announcing that we're going to be on the dot or on podcasts or announcing locations so people know about it. That's kind of Instagram. And then our Facebook group is Spirit Stalkers as well. It's just our Facebook group. And Facebook and Instagram, again, are more of just like, they're there for us to make announcements, to let people know what's going on, kind of plan things out so people can on August 13th, Story Inn's going to release on YouTube. So yeah, that's where you can find us. Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
We've had a very engaging audience tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got 13 people watching.
Awesome.
That's crazy. Actually, that's really good. That's crazy.
Don't
Yeah,
forget to pass on
imagine
their
having
info.
that many
Yes.
across 6 hours.
Okay,
Don't
Brad,
forget,
yep.
yeah, don't forget
Oh,
to
yeah,
pass on the info. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so when you get a chance, send me your address and I'll forward that on to Brad.
For sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's and you guys won't be disappointed because like when I got Brad's like he gave me like one of the music boxes and obviously you know Jeremy, I was like super excited by it.
He makes the music boxes.
Yeah, he does.
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
gosh, we have been
Yeah.
dying to get our hands on one.
The
Oh
one
my
that he
God.
made for me has the Halloween theme to it.
That's
And the one
cool.
I have has the Exorcist, the Tubular Bells theme song to it.
Oh,
So
nice.
you
No.
actually
So
we
cool.
actually go. We did a. I know we're just about to go, but we did a investigation in Wildwood Sanitarium in New York, Salamanca, and we were going to do like a tour. Now, I actually wasn't really. I was part of it, but I was actually sitting behind Jeremy because I was still putting equipment together. And then all of a sudden, as I'm working on putting more of the equipment together, I hear this theme song going, and I turn around, and you see my expression. You hear me like scream like with this excitement.
Nice.
Yeah, he was not
That's so
expecting
cool.
that at all.
I was so
Um,
excited. It was funny though.
Yeah, I
That is
told
awesome.
I told Brad to send it to me, and I was going to surprise him with it. Surprise him with
A
it
kid
on
on Christmas.
so
Yeah.
everybody got to see his reaction.
That's exactly. I was like
That's
a kid
awesome.
on Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's like-
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the music box is like our favorite piece of equipment we've ever seen. So like we've been trying so hard. That'd be awesome. Especially with that theme on it. That's so cool. Both of them.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah,
Halloween and the tubular bells.
Oh yeah.
Brad
That's
can
awesome.
pretty much put just about whatever you want on it, and it's only yay big.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
not that
It,
big,
does,
so like
it doesn't take up much space.
no. So if
You
you
want
guys
to
like have
leave.
like a tool, if you guys have like a toolbox or something, you could easily fit that in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the Ring Around the Rosie one is creepy. Yeah, that's
Oh,
one of the music
Oh
boxes.
no. No. that one.
Now
Oh my gosh.
he did put that on the 4-in-1 box that he made for me, which is a big thing that
Oh, it's big.
it acts as a REM pod, temperature, music box. He put that on that one, and it is creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I'd like to see
It
that.
is so fun to listen to.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
cool.
I just got to show this comment from Brad because it was about saying how many people we have on. So that is why you guys got another 5 hours. You're a loyal fan base.
We do have a very loyal fan base.
Yes, we
Uh,
do.
That's good.
I can kind of tell because some of these people were on when we did the thing with Holly and like
Yeah.
obviously like watching every single thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Brad and Jill, especially, are on almost every show on this network.
Yeah, they're like our most loyal fans. And like I said, for the first time ever, we had Jill on as a guest on the show we do on Thursday nights called Supernatural Talk. And we're supposed to have Brad on July 32nd.
Nice.
By his request,
Yeah,
July
that's
32nd.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
But we do have a lot of others like Anita.
Brad.
She comes on
Yeah, I
onto
saw her,
a lot of our shows. Dave's been coming on a lot
Dave
lately.
Wismer.
Len's been coming on a lot lately.
And the cool part
Um,
about David.
I know I'm going to be missing some more people. I do apologize. Robert's
Well,
been showing up a lot lately.
In case you guys don't know, Robert, he lives all the way out in Australia. So
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dang.
yeah, he lives in Australia. We actually have had a couple people from Australia watching, and then not frequently we have Chantel from South Africa that watches.
Yeah.
And what's cool about like Dave and Len, who we just mentioned, these were guys I actually worked with during my early days of being in a paranormal group. They no longer live in the area. Len lives in Arkansas. Dave lives in Clinton, Illinois. But it's still cool to have them as loyal fans.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the show here. So again, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. We will have you back next year.
Awesome.
Yes.
We're looking forward to it.
Don't know when yet.
We'll keep you
'Cause,
posted.
yeah,
Yep.
this season ends in the September 9th, and we're not going to start back up until sometime in 2023.
Nice.
Hopefully by then we'll have all. Hopefully by then everyone has the all 1,000 death whistles.
It'll be
Get
done.
it going. Yeah.
We should. You know what? Hey, you know what, Jeremy? You know what you should do? You should make one of the banners saying, "Let's get 1,000 death whistles." Make sure you get one.
Well, the thing is, you got to be really careful with the death whistle.
Yeah, I know.
So I want to use that under very, very cautious, controlled circumstances.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, okay. Well, for those of you in the audience, again, thank you for playing along. Noah, Jacob, thank you again for being on the show.
Yep.
I'm definitely looking forward to your future works.
Thank you.
Next week, Nick and I are going to be at the Old County Jail. Now, I don't know how we're going to do this because I know that our show runs from 8 to 10, which means there is going to be 7 o'clock. I don't think we are getting in until 8 o'clock there. So I don't know what we're going to be doing show-wise next week, but we are going to go live from the jail. I don't know what time. And we're not really going to know until we're actually there. So we may not be on time. We maybe, I don't know. And also on Supernatural Talk next week, we're going to have Dave Wismer. What's that?
Mm-hmm. I'm saying, I guess only time will tell.
Yeah. And next Thursday night, we're going to have Dave Wismer on Supernatural Talk. And then Wednesday, Nick's last show for the season.
Well, second to last, because next week on the Nick Files, we're going to continue on focusing on part 2 of the Herman House Poltergeist, which I did find some additional new information on, which I should have had for this week. But I do have it now, and then we're also going to be focusing on, if Dave Wismer's watching this, by the way, this is something he might find interesting. We're also going to be focusing on the supposed urban legend about the curse involved with the Poltergeist trilogy. And then for next week, for me and Don's horror discussion, because Don's going to be out of town next week, there will be not an episode of his show, so it will just be Nick Files and Nick Files Supernatural Talk, and then whenever we start 13th Dimension next week.
Yeah. All right. So until next week, again, thank you everybody, and thank you to Spirit Stalkers.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Definitely good luck.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good night.
You too.
You forgot to say if it's